Cut that shit off. Y'all, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Y'all's leaders suck. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can't, say something in the chat and I'll put my microphone in or whatever. You know I'm terrible at this, so we're going to make it happen anyway. So, we got JD Bailey in the chat. Vegan Woman is in the chat. Cosmetic Chic is in the chat. Y'all in here thick. Y'all in here real thick. Sammy Dizzle, Jada Swirls. Damn, y'all came and saw, sister. I'm with that. I love y'all for that. Holland Lord. Who else we got in here? Aisha B. Mova Chrome. Melinda 1973. Glad you can make it. Nitra J. Grove Parlor. I checked my email, right? And it's in there. Y'all, she sent me the divorce decree, but we'll get there in a second. Mother Chrome, Miss Helena, Tammy, always in the building. Dang, y'all up in here. Anyways, if I missed you, I promise you, I'm going to put one of your comments up on the screen. Let me tell you something. You guys as leaders make me sick. I'm not going to say that boy's name because he is a flag queen and a real soft pussy. So I'm going to do my best not to slip and say his name, because I know he's sitting there waiting to hear his name so he can go, oh, gotcha, bitch. Finna flag you. The boys sit there and tell y'all you ugly. He tell you you're average looking at best. That your standards are too high. Your face ain't good enough to get somebody that work at Burger King. God damn it. Burger King. And you call in and give him your money. I think y'all do that because it's a man. I got a confession to make. Ladies, I don't have a penis. I don't have one. So if you're partial or male identified, you're in the wrong spot. This dude can do everything he wants to you and roast you to nothing while he's sitting up there owing child support. His mugshot is my Facebook profile pic. So far, those two things alone make him a pookie. Am I lying? What is a pookie? Pookies go to jail. They never pay their child support. They're real indignant. They're useless. So guess what? That bitch is a pookie as well. And y'all throw money at him. Get on camera and say, roast me, baby. I'm here. Just roast me while he's sitting there, pookied out, looking like a very well done, crispy piece of bacon. Crispy. Well done. There is no give. I don't know what y'all got to say for yourself, but the shit is embarrassing as hell. I've only watched fragments of his lives, and ladies, the boy is batting for the other team. That's number one. I don't know how you can't see it. And number two, there will always be a moving target with Negroes like that. And I'm trying to figure out, if you deal with him, how on earth do you deal with me? Do you be hate watching or be waiting for me to say something out of pocket so you can report me too? I don't know. Because it seems like if you like him, you got to hate me. You got to. Y'all got to stop giving this man your money. That's number one, because money runs the world. And here's the deal. When you're dealing with other female content creators, all they have to do is put up a cash app and you hate them to death. Ah, that bitch just this and that. But Bacon, crispy Bacon, put all his stuff up there and you throwing money at him like a stripper. I don't get it. Can somebody help me out, please? Because I'm highly embarrassed. JoJo.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome. Do the boy look like bacon? I mean, sweet bacon, zesty bacon, or no?
First of all, I don't even think he like women. Like, how are you married twice and can't hold on to a wife? Like, please, somebody explain that to me. And why are you taking advice from a man who can't maintain any woman?
Have you ever seen him do a vlog on Instagram?
Oh, I don't follow that man on Instagram. I try to avoid
I don't either.
possible.
I don't either, but people send it to me and he looks as if you just listen to the audio, you would think he was a sister gal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I saw part of it. Like, here's how I see it. See, I didn't know that people on my Facebook follow dude. Like, I would go into comment sections and they big up at him, toss him. Oh, you want to know why you single? Go call Kevin Samuels. What is wrong with y'all?
They fucking, oops, there it is. How long I've been on here? 11 minutes and I already dropped an F-bomb. Y'all, I ain't gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it, y'all.
Because I was on Miss Archduchess and I was cussing on hers.
I've been cussing on make it. I swear I be trying, but when you got talking burnt bacon that's telling you that you're average at best, I gotta drop an F-bomb.
But you know what's so crazy about him telling her that? There were white men coming forward and was like, but I date her though.
Wait, what?
There were white men when he called that woman average at best. There were white men saying that they would have dated her.
No, no, I need that. No,
And one of those white men, Pink Pill even had on her platform, and he was like, if I wasn't married, I would have dated her. And then she went on an interview. Oh well, I was only dating black men. That was your mess up.
I feel like we've gone off into maybe an alternate universe because on social media, you got people that are fat as hell that teach people how to lose weight. You got people that got 40 baby daddies telling you how to keep a man. You have people that's been divorced twice trying to tell you how to hold a marriage together. What kind of, where are we? What the hell is going on? LK, welcome to the panel.
Hi. Hey, you guys can hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
I cannot believe people are letting this lemon zest fool tell them what they aren't doing right.
They keep up there and they stand there like they're on a scaffold and they let him pick them apart. Now, all I have to say is, hey, sis, stop messing with Dusty's. Leave these BM alone. All of a sudden, I'm getting cussed out, but this boy can tell you look like shit from head to toe, from your weave glue all the way down to your pedicure. And it's like, okay, I'll do better.
And
it's
then
like,
he's
how
the
could y'all
freak
not
that
know?
goes to public places and record women. Like he literally goes to public places and record women all day.
No. Damn.
I'm so serious. Like I had to let go a few like people on my social media because they kept reposting this dude.
Yeah, I refuse to share his shit. I'm not sharing it. I'm not going to share it because I'm tired of making him quote unquote somebody. He need to be shut down. That boy is a fraud. He's a fraud. First of all, he don't like girls. Yes, I said it. He don't. Second of all, he's given relationship advice and he's been divorced twice. And from what I understand, his ex-wife finna come at him.
Oh, I hope she does.
Welcome to the panel, Island Girl, Miss Helena.
Hey, Divestment.
Hi.
Hey.
I got excuse me, I got a story. Can y'all hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey everybody. So, and nice to meet everybody. I know y'all see me in the Facebook chat. I I got me a Uber the other day and so when the lady arrived, I left my apartment and I heard the person outside and they were clearly listening to some talk radio, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got in the car knowing that I don't want to really, hear this. But so, so I get in and I realize she's listening to like some ashiness. So I said to her, I said, who is that you're listening to? And she tells me, you know, he who shall not be named. And I'm like, really? I was like, you like him? And she was like, yeah, girl. I mean, he's teaching me a whole lot about how to, be a woman. And, we need to really do better as Black women.
That's
And
so fucked up.
and, she's trying to sell him to me. And I'm listening to her because I'm scared at this point because we're on the highway. And I'm like, this girl is male identified, so she might put me out. So, I have to be careful with what I'm saying. So, so I started asking her questions rather than, telling her, my opinion. I start to pull information out of her. So I'm like, well, what about, these men who are, so I run down the line of, what I know to be true. And then she starts telling me about her personal relationship. And every relationship that she's mentioning to me is just terrible, just toe up from the flow up, right? Nothing, no redeeming anything, and she's currently in a relationship where the man has yet to ask her to marry him and it's going on 7 years. So I said to her, I said, I listened to this. I follow this lady on Facebook. Her name is Divested Zealot. And I said, she also is on YouTube. You need to listen to her. Girl, why the hell did I say that? She's
What
like,
happened?
she said, I heard of her. My man told me not to listen to her.
Oh shit! I'm
So,
pulling my earrings off. I'm taking my earrings off.
but I say that to say, sis, that evidently your name is getting out there because you got men warning their wives and girlfriends not
That's
to
what's up.
listen to your ass.
That's what's up.
And mind you, she's driving an Uber, and I remember this happened on Valentine's Day. And I said, so why are you driving Uber? She's like, we have to. So she's struggling. She's got 3 kids, and she's listening to this dude. And I mean, none of this shit made sense. None of it.
They like
But
struggling, Miss Helena. They love to
right.
struggle. Don't let them fool you. They go to the oppression Olympics to see who is doing the worst. And whoever is having to lick ass at night and cook, she wins.
But guess what, though? She heard of you.
That's what's up. I'll get her eventually. I'll get her eventually. Welcome to the panel, Mentee.
Hey everybody, I'm kind of late to the party, but I get the gist of what's going on here. And from what Miss Helena is saying, any woman who speaks for women's empowerment and not telling them to go out there and get a man and date and dress up and stuff, and that's no shade, no tea. And men are always going to tell those women to not listen to them because men are listening. They are sneaking in these platforms. They are in these chat rooms. They are in these groups. They are there. They are around, and they're seeing the women who are really encouraging women to get away and do better. And so they go home or go out and they tell women to stay away from women like that. So I'm not surprised that you gave her someone who was very useful for her, much more mature and resourceful than Divested Zealot. And she's like, oh, my man, the first thing she said, my man told me to stay away. But
hell yeah. Woman. Because I warn people of motherfuckers. I can't stop cussing, y'all. I quit. I warn people about motherfuckers like him. I can't stop cussing. Anyway, keep going.
And when I first listened to the code word is Kitten Hills, when I first listened to him, okay, if anybody ever noticed this channel called Alpha Male, right? That's a white guy. I forgot his name. I don't think I ever knew his name. And he has like a British accent or whatever. His channel is really good, all right? Just basic alpha male stuff, going to the barbershop, like real good stuff, useful stuff, especially I was in a relationship at the time. I thought, it could help. Then I saw Kitten Hill, so I thought he was doing the black version of Alpha Male. That's how I end up watching him, because he's an image consultant, correct? So I was interested in that part. And then the next thing you know, I started hearing that keyword, that high value man thing. And I was like, okay, maybe once again, he's trying to do the black male side of the alpha male thing. That's what I kept just thinking. He was just doing the black version of it. And now it's just gotten way out of hand. Because I've even shared him to people, but I was sharing him because there was one time this woman that was like 200 pounds called in. And she was like, I have a boyfriend. He doesn't give me enough money. And so he was like, you shouldn't have a boyfriend. So it was that show that cracked me up. I'm surprised nobody ever shares that one. But that one was the one I would share with my friends. But they all
shouldn't have a boyfriend. He's the one that shouldn't have a boyfriend. He got, I'm almost.
Exactly. I listen, I totally agree. So I'm just saying, like, yeah. It's hard to not talk about that person without having to want to talk shit. Because I just can't. And what's more disturbing is I'm glad that people like this are out, because it's showing you how out of touch women are.
Yeah.
Especially black women. Because it's like you should be looking at him as a goddamn joke. Excuse my language, okay? You should never be looking at that man as if the alpha male actually has muscles, everybody. Kitten Hill needs muscle milk. Okay, the alpha male actually is like a man, you know, and
Right.
it really is giving intelligent information, and he's actually talking to other men and helping other men. How did Kitten Hill end up with looking like he looked like he from Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden he looking like he about to throw on some fingernails, and his lips is. I mean, there's nobody seeing what I see. We got a whole
Obviously not. Obviously not.
Telling you about what you are, but he really telling you I'm better than you, and I'm going to get me a brag because that's coming. It's coming out. If you just, I'm sorry for yelling. I'm telling you, y'all don't see this.
We see it. That boy got a whole purse on his chest, and people act like they don't see it.
And he's like,
he's showing it to you.
And it is something about him. I keep saying this, that he looks like what Soulja Boy would look like when he's 50. That's how young his spirit is. I look at him and I see Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy is not even 35 yet.
Damn.
Okay, he's just hitting 30s.
I mean, me and you be tearing up the panel. We just be acting like ain't nobody else here.
My bad, yo. I just can't. I
can't either. Clearly, because he makes me cuss. I swear to God, before I came up here, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do my best not to drop one F-bomb. 3 minutes in, I'm like, motherfucker. Go ahead, Island Girl. I'm sorry.
No, I love hearing you guys talk, so it's all good. But for the most part, it's just so wild to me because I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm basking in this. I don't usually celebrate people's downfall, but this man, I cannot wait till all the fucking bricks fall because it's so wild to me. When he gets to the bottom, you know who he's going to go for? That PhD that got her own house, that got her own car, that he beat down her confidence to accept his bullshit to help build him back up. So, and what's even wild to me is the grown women, not the grown women, well, them too, but the men that are going from comment section to comment section, just caping for Kitten Hill Daddy. Like, it's so strange the amount of energy they put into, like,
they got a long line of slob. They are sucking him so good. They gagging. They gag reflexes gone, taking up for him.
They love it cute, but like I am damn near ready to ask what the dick tastes like because I mean,
they got imprints in the back. They got imprints in the back of their throat. They're going so hard.
No, like seriously, like I'm reading these comments because I definitely don't follow him. Like I block all of that. But I noticed I saw him. Somebody posted. I was like, oh shit, he changed out of his suits. I was like, okay, I see you hiding the turtleneck. Probably about to get your Adam's apple shaved down. Okay, cute. But like, it's just I'm reading these comments of these grown men, and you could tell they are just making up bullshit just to cape for him. Like all of a sudden they're blaming his daughter and his ex-wife, talking about when did dad start paying for college? And I was like, I know somebody that is paying for his children's masters after putting them through 4 years of college, and he has 3 kids. Like that's normal.
They don't understand that though. They don't. Once the kids graduate from pre-K, they feel like they finished if they helped in.
Yeah, they don't have appreciation for children to that capacity.
No,
they don't.
That's so embarrassing.
I want to know why he said, when have fathers pay for college? Provider fathers pay for college. The hell is wrong with you?
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's what they're saying in the comments.
Yeah, you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you got a business, can't you find that? Like, isn't that a matter of public record?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not child support. He can't get no LLC.
And that's what people kept saying. I kept seeing people in Miss Archduchess comment section was like, he don't have an LLC, and I'm just like, you can research somebody's business, and he spends too much time on the internet with y'all to have a business. If a man, image consultants and fragrance consultants, they work for wealthy people, so they work constantly and they are booked and busy. So please explain to me why this man is doing 2 to 3, 4 hour lives for you.
Because YouTube is his job.
His rest for his
because business. He's not high value. He's not high value. He's trying to finesse y'all.
And I'm 28 years old, and I know this. Y'all in y'all 40s and throwing money at dude.
Yes.
This is
A 23-year-old is smarter than y'all. That is sad.
Right. Miss Helena, you still there?
I'm still here, and I'm
Okay.
wondering, why does anyone care what he thinks or what his rating of them would be? Like,
Thank you.
because oh
how
my gosh,
low?
yes.
What I
Thank
mean, what
you.
what qualifies him to be, a person, who can be you can't I would never
Girl.
even dream to even,
You
but
know,
the thing about it is, I don't pay attention to this person like that. Like I'm like fairly new to his whole thing, whatever it is. But he's dangerous because
He
he
is.
has a lot of women that follow this.
mhm.
And to say that he would end up with somebody, a degreed woman, like is like that. I don't think that that would happen. I think he would sink to the bottom of the barrel because that's the type of woman that would fall for that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anybody with any kind of sense would.
There's
Well,
an endless
look at the
You
stream.
would be
woman in the
surprised.
I
Uber
don't
ride.
think so.
Look at the
There's an
woman in
endless
the
stream of mammies. There's always a mammy that's willing to do it.
yes. Look at the woman in the Uber ride, for example. You know,
Listen,
here you gave her a woman because I never hear Divested Zellion talk about love or none of that stuff ever. But
Mm-mm.
she talks to women. She talks to directly to women about, listen, man, get away, do better, do better because we need more platforms like that as Black women. I really think so. And here she was like, oh, he told me not to listen.
Yeah,
And
She was
nothing
proud
about
of that shit too.
she see Kitten Hills as teaching her about being a woman. That's already disturbing in
right.
itself, mentally disturbing. How can and let me tell you, see, this is where these women are warped. They don't know nothing about being a woman. They don't even like being women. Because if you did, you would not have no man telling you about being a woman.
Yeah, I just can't get over the fact that it was Valentine's Day. And, driving an Uber, that's nothing easy. So that right there told me that she wasn't in a relationship that I admired. You're not in anything that I want to be in. Like, you've got 3 young kids. I'd rather be home with my man and my kids. And
What
any
is he
relationship
doing?
that I'm going to be in is going to support that. Like, I'm not, you're not going to see me on Valentine's Day. I'm in the
Yeah, right,
sweating.
right. I didn't say that part. But yeah, I mean, oh man, it's
Ladies,
disturbing.
ladies, we got us a Dusty.
Oh God.
His name is Lonnie, and he said, let's not start the transphobic or gayphobic rhetoric. I hadn't heard anybody say anything transphobic. Sometimes breathing is viewed as transphobic. Lonnie, listen, Kevin he might be live soon, and you may identify with him more. All that's gonna happen here is you're gonna get your head taken off, baby. So go ahead and have a good evening.
But
All right.
can I point the room's attention to his spelling of the word rhetoric?
Ciao.
I was about to just
I
say
knew I
that.
wasn't
I
going
want to
crazy. I'm
point
like,
out
that's
that
not right,
he
is
got
it?
the dusty name Lonnie. That's number 3 on the list.
I'm trying
Tyrone
to
will be
tell you.
number 1.
And I can give Auntie Divested Zealot her roses because you are the woman that saved me from Blackistan. I came across your channels looking for
Uh-huh.
guidance.
Look, I'm no better than y'all. I just listen. I know what's up because I had a lot of mammies in my family, and baby, it was disastrous. Disastrous. The one Blackistani thing that did happen to me happened when I was 7. And I told y'all about that. Okay.
And that's what made me identify with you the most because I was molested. And I told my story on Miss Archduchess channel as well. Like I was molested twice by 2 different men as a child.
And see, this is what I'm talking about.
I
This is
had
what I'm
hands
talking about.
put
You're
on
not
me.
supposed to talk about that.
I
Why? Because it makes them look bad. I don't give a solid fuck about how they look when it comes to the protection of Black women. Build something and sit the fuck down somewhere. Point blank, period.
I have been sexualized since I was a little girl to the point where I never really enjoyed anything sexual at all because they've been sexualizing me since I was a child. I've had them beat on me, like straight up. I was in a room full of black people. This dude is I'm taking face shots and nobody's helping me. I had to defend myself against this dude and I couldn't do it because he was stronger than me. So I'm literally getting punched in the face and nobody's helping me out.
Oh my God.
I remember I got hit in the face with a metal rod. A metal rod because I wouldn't go down on one of them.
What?
See what I'm saying?
My bottom lip was swollen for a week and I can't even make that up.
And people coming in here talking about don't start. Yeah, we gonna start and we gonna get it too. Ain't nobody talking about y'all. This ain't about y'all over here. Go somewhere, find a lace front channel. Go somewhere. Kevin, he looks like he's more your speed. I'm telling you, because he probably, yeah. Anyway, go ahead, y'all.
And when I started to look at how my mom was living, I realized, I don't want to be this miserable in my late 30s. My mom is 39 years old and she's beautiful and intelligent, but you're saddling yourself up with a man that don't respect you. Like, she met him when she was like 18, 19. She had me when she was 16. My mom is a hustler. She is a hard worker. She gonna have somewhere to lay her head at night. She gonna have a car, no matter what. This woman had everything at 18 years old, and this man was 7 years older than her without a pot to piss in.
Surprise.
She got him off child support, cleared his credit. I mean, set this man up real nice. And it's been 20 years, and in 20 years, he has cheated on you. Throughout the 20 years, he made 2 kids on you. He does not respect you at all.
And this is common, y'all. This is not talking about the offshoot. The offshoot would be a decent Dusty. We're talking about the majority of them, including Kitten.
And it was like I was looking for guidance. And I came across the manosphere first, which all that did was just depress me. And then looking for actual answers, that is when I found y'all. And at first I wasn't divesting. I was just listening to the content because I didn't know what to do. Because divesting is it's something you really have to do and really be passionate about doing it, solely because it will have to cause you to distance yourself from your family as well.
The first thing you got to do is get away from them toxic ass people. That's the first step. Then you can so-called level up and do all this extra stuff and start dating and all that stuff. The first thing you got to do, though, is get away from quote unquote them.
100%.
Exactly. And I had to learn the hard way. Everybody can't come with you. And right now I'm in the process of moving right now because I had to get out of my mom's house because this man stresses her out and she takes it out on me. So
Lord.
My God.
In an effort to leave as fast as I could, I'm in a place that I don't want to be. I'm in my own place, but I'm in a place where I don't want to be. So right now I'm trying to look for somewhere where I can go and be happy by myself. But yeah, I had to leave the house in a hurry. Ended up in an apartment I don't even want to be in because he stressed her out and she took it out on me.
That's because she's male identified, babe.
And I'm the only one in that house that do anything for her. Like, I overdrafted my account. I gave you $500 because he's not doing what he's supposed to do. I gave you my money, my hard-earned money.
It always falls on the daughters, I swear.
It's the BM is very self-loathing.
Yes.
Very self-loathing. He know he doesn't measure up to the other men in this world. And
so they make a YouTube channel to tell you to bring your standards down because you're the problem. It's not them. You're the problem. Your standards are too high and you're looking for a fairy tale life. So since I can't fit the bill, bring your standards down. And that's the whole thing.
And any woman that comes
women that they're yapping about is what you just spoke about with the blue avatar. I can't see your name. Those are the women that they're really yelling about in their videos. They're angry at those women. They're not really, they try to talk down to the women that want success and things for herself. That's how you know there's serious narcissistic behavior going on with them. Because, just think about, I've heard their channels before. This is why I'm saying this. Like, they just keep telling you that nobody wants you. Listen, Alice, what was her name? Who wrote Color Purple? Alice Walker, what her name? Mm-hmm. She had it that was the best movie ever a Black woman could have ever written because Mr. was the epitome, the core of what Tyrone is.
Mm-hmm.
You're ugly, you're black, you're ugly, and ain't nobody going to want you.
It serves them
And they-
better. They can treat you any kind of way if you feel like this is the only place you can be.
Exactly.
And like and him liking little girls, they hit that nail on the
And
head.
he tried, right. Remember the sister he wanted first? And
Yes.
then remember the one that they threw away, the stepfather threw her away after he finished using her up sexually. That was a dark movie. That was a good movie because she really told the story of Blackistan.
But and they hate her to this day because of that.
Yes, they do.
If you read any of her works, she has been writing that way. She's been I don't even want to say way before her time. She's been writing about Blackistan, even the whole colorism part. I've read a few things by Alice Walker. And I understand why Oprah likes her and why she was in that movie with her, movie. Yeah.
And ever since I started divesting, I've noticed something. It's desperation. Like a lot of women think it's male identified. I'm telling you right now, it's pure desperation because Black women are so race loyal and they want to make and build Black families. I've seen Black women sacrifice their children and their own lives solely for a Black man. And I would just stand there and look like you cannot be serious.
It's really deep.
The same women that you're calling pathetic are the same ones that are giving you money. So what happens when that dries up for you?
And a house. Like, make it make sense.
Yeah. Like, so, right. So this is evidently a lucrative market that we're overlooking. Like, there's money to be made in that whole thing. And he's figured it out. He's figured out how to play on women's, the low self-esteem woman and get her to pay him for whatever it is that he has to say. So, as he,
Hey, y'all know that he pays up to $1,000 for a consultation.
Hell no.
Depending on how much time you want with him, the price goes up. But yes, he pays up to $1,000. Because like when I first heard about this dude, I really went onto his website because I will research a person to figure out who they are. That's how I knew he was a scammer off top. And under products, it was just video consultations that went all the way up to $1,000. Excuse me?
Get
because these men need a daddy
Wasn't there
too.
a scamming couple a couple of years ago where she was teaching women how to be wise? Y'all remember that?
Yes,
Are you talking about white school?
It was that one. What was her name? I
forgot her name.
Hillary Cutno. Is that her name?
Right.
Oh, I bought her book, y'all. Oh my gosh. I bought her. I was like, I had to be 27, 28 years old. I throw that thing away. I think I kept it just in case anybody wanted to hear that bullshit in her book. She had a wife school. I remember her. I used to listen to her. She had a wife school.
But we're going to take it all the way back to the 80s for those of us that was around back then. There was the original Mammy teacher, which was Shahrazad Ali.
Oh, that thing.
She's sick now.
They still praise her.
Thank God she is sick right now.
I think there's a Black man hidden up under that big ass hat she be wearing.
She has 10 kids. I didn't know that, y'all. Did y'all know that?
No.
She has 10 children. Yes.
I can't.
They really love her now, pushing forth the Black race.
I can't.
Like they deem her the godmother of their manosphere channels. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm like, because she panders so hard.
She advocates for domestic violence. You lose me completely.
Yeah.
I can talk to you for a little while, but once you start talking about domestic violence and you okay with that, no, we're done, babe.
Yes, ma'am. She encouraged
did
them to
say
smack
that.
us around.
Smack them in the mouth. Yes, she did.
Excuse me?
Yes,
yeah. Living Color made a comment
get
out of it. She sure did. Hit in the mouth. Mm-hmm.
I remember when she was critiquing the Black woman. I mean, it's a good, fun weekend read if y'all want to read it. What's the name of the book called again? How to be a Black woman or something like that?
No, how to understand the Black woman.
Like something like that, or how
that's it. How to understand
the Black man. And in the book, I remember reading one, and this shit stuck with me since the 80s. And it says the Black woman has the posture of a frog, and that's in the book. So
Oh
she was
God.
just
What the
tearing.
on?
She just went in.
Why you
So
hate yourself so much? Oh my
right.
God.
They
What
have a
did
Anything
I
for
woman on
do?
Scooby
here.
snacks.
She has a channel called what the hell is that called? Domestic Discipline. Don't ever go there. You will vomit. It's disgusting.
And this is the karma on black women. It's that bullshit right there.
Yeah.
This is karmic. I don't care what nobody say. These women that are getting killed and that we see going on, this is some karmic shit.
Cause we
Yeah.
should have put
Don't
our foot
stand in
down
the
a
way
long
for
time
the
ago.
We could have listen, it could have gotten nipped in the bud when these bastards was molesting children, boys, girls in the house.
Yeah.
Okay? That's where it should have all started. But it
Nope.
didn't. And
You right.
now
This is
it's a
karma.
generational curse of these sexual deviants running in the streets.
You
Because
can break
no
it.
matter what, it all falls on the woman. I know we're in the patriarchal world, but for black women, we know you know what I'm talking about. It still falls back on the woman because
You gotta
women can.
go. You gotta divest because they're not gonna correct at all. You have to divest. It's not a choice at this point.
Uh-uh. Look at all the girls that had to stay in the same house with the man that like abused them because the mom didn't do anything. The mom was afraid to call the cops.
One
Let's
of
keep
my
it in the
abusers
family.
is
Let's keep
dead,
it in
and
the
the other
house.
one is married. One of my
Say
abusers
what?
is married, and the other is dead.
Oh my
Shit.
God.
He's not in prison. He's not serving time for what he did to me. This man married a single mother,
Oh my
Of
God.
course he did.
walking around happy, living life. While I
Because
gotta go do this crap.
his mother didn't handle that. Because see, this is why I go there, because I'm a mother with sons. I have a daughter, I have sons, more boys than girls. You can see your son's sexual deviance while they're young, and you as a mother can control that before he walks out into this world.
I don't think mammies will be able to do that. Mammies won't control that. They'll see it, but they'll say some stupid shit like he's gonna grow out of it, or it's just a stage. It doesn't go away. It
No,
doesn't.
it
You need to
doesn't.
get
Because
that kid in therapy.
what the
Exactly. I
mammy is
saw.
doing is she is using her son to abuse women.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
using her son to abuse women. That's how she lashes out her hate to women, through her son.
And through her daughter. Let me tell you a real story. A real story. So my stepbrother is a Dusty. The man is 30 and got about 11, 12 kids, and he'll take care of
Damn.
not nail one of them. One of his baby mamas has his son and a daughter with another man. This little boy has no structure. She does not discipline him. He does whatever he wants to do, but she controls everything that girl does. Everything that girl does, which is why she spent most of her time with her grandmother. So I swear the only time that little boy got a whooping is when he brought the police to the house because he was out there breaking windows. So one night she didn't want to babysit him. She wanted to go to her grandma's house where she always goes. That was a problem for the mother because the mother wanted to go party and she needed a babysitter. So the little girl didn't want to do it. It was just that simple. She didn't want to do it. She's a teenage girl. She don't want to do it. Her mother beat the hell out of that girl. I mean, a 13-year-old girl beat her like a grown woman on the street. And then told the whole family, well, she hit me and I defended myself. That girl is a dark-skinned little girl, very pretty, but her face was still swollen a whole week later.
My God.
Like she beat the crap out of that little girl so
Wow.
badly. And I felt so bad for the girl because she kept telling me, because she came and stayed with us at some point, and she was like, I love my mom and I miss my mom. And I said, sweetheart, you can love her all you want to, but y'all don't need to be in the same house because do you see your face? I see your face, but do you see your face?
That's
It's
so
a week later and
funny.
your face is still swollen.
That's so funny. That's how abuse works, though, because abuse doesn't make the child hate you. The abuse makes your child hate themselves
Yep.
more.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's listening, it's 200 something people here. If you're being abused, please hit my inbox because I'm gonna make sure that you're not getting abused with my resources. Okay? Because we're not gonna play that kind of shit.
And I
Yeah.
feel so bad for her because she's so devoted to her mother, but that woman beat the living mess out of her like you wouldn't believe because she didn't want to babysit her little brother. And
Wow.
that little boy has no, and he is experiencing sexual deviance. And I know this because at some point he stayed with us as well. You know, him being related to my stepbrother and my mom, you know, being married to his father. you know, that he came to stay with us for a little while. Like I got the only room upstairs, right? So I'm changing. I'm completely naked. He's coming upstairs. Now my little brother, who's around the same age, if I tell him I'm getting dressed, he'll stop and wait till I say it's okay to come upstairs. But this little boy started running upstairs at a chance to see me naked.
Oh, see that I don't know how old he is now, but that's not gonna get any better.
He's about
That's
9.
not gonna get any better.
He's 9. This was only a year ago. He's 9.
That's gonna turn into something that's felonious.
Handle that real quick.
Like, and he's breaking window. He broke our neighbor's windows. He was destroying our property. Like, I swear, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told my mama. I said I never wanted to put my hands on a child as much as I want to body slam this little boy right now. I have never wanted to abuse a child. Never. Not one time a day in my life. But I want to beat the hell out of him. Get him out of this house. And it was a unified decision to get them the hell up out of that house before I beat him down.
That's messed up.
See,
especially after you told him not to come up there.
Those are the women again that the men are complaining about that are raising the boys and single mothers and stuff. It's those kind of women. And what is, see, everything about being a mother with sons. Here's another thing too. The saying goes in psychology books that when you're a mother with a son, you don't have a grandbaby. But when your daughter has a baby, you have a baby. You understand?
See?
You have a grandbaby.
That's so damn dysfunctional.
Yeah. And so, which I do understand it, because if the girl that your son has the baby with has the baby's going to go to her mother. So I know what the book was saying, as opposed to when it's your daughter's baby, that's your baby because that's your daughter. You see what I'm saying? But so a lot of these women, they don't give a damn when they sons make babies out here because they don't have to make the choice to take care of them or even care. You understand? And I'm saying this because I went through this with my last relationship with his mother, who's a mammy. Like that. You know, she wanted girls and all this and that, blah, blah, blah. She had only boys, good. But like she has that thing about her where I can see she doesn't give a damn if her sons made 20 babies out here. She wouldn't care.
Yeah, let me tell you how right you are.
As long as they entertain her.
Let me tell you how right you are. There was this black woman I worked with by the name of Essence. Essence had a teenage son. I asked, there was a question that was going around on the internet, and I asked it to Essence because since she had a son, and I don't have any kids, right? So I said, Essence, would you rather your son tell you he's gay or come home and let you know that he got a girl pregnant and, you know, he only a teenage boy? She goes, oh, I would rather he tell me he got a girl pregnant because, you know, we ain't got to bring the baby home. You know, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. What the hell is wrong with you?
That's what I'm saying. See, that's the point. Because when you have a grandchild with your son, you may never see that baby as the grandmother. Do you understand?
Partly because he ditched out. You know what I mean?
Right. That too. That's the point I'm making. That's why women behave that way with their sons.
Hey, I'm telling you, black women and black men have contributed to my divestment because I started, once when I came across y'all channels, I swear I started to see some stuff that I couldn't turn away from anymore. Stuff just started. Stuff that used to fly under the radar no longer flies under the radar anymore.
I was telling my husband, y'all, that we, as divested women, we're not the advertisers of divestment. Black people are the biggest advertisers of divestment. If you know them, you look for the alternative.
Oh, divested Elliot. You got to do Marvin Gaye for your Black Dusty history.
I did. Yes,
you did, Marvin?
Yeah.
About the niece part. I was waiting for you. Oh, girl. Okay, I missed it.
It's still up there. Yes, 15-year-old niece. That was his niece by marriage.
Yes,
and it's equally as disgusting because any of the kids that are my in-law, I feel like they're family. You get what I'm saying? Even the grown folks. There's no way I would date one of my husband's family.
Of course, that's off limits.
It's because they're family, but when you digging into the mind of a Dusty, you digging into something that's real demented. And I meant what I said. They are demented.
I noticed when I was talking to the woman that was driving the Uber and I started asking her some very pointed questions, not really, I mean, I'm walking on pins and needles at this point because I'm really seeking not to offend her, but I'm asking her some questions, and I see the smoke start to come out of her ears, like she's starting to think, and it's starting to, kind of um uh go against some of her, previous notions, some long held beliefs. And
Yeah, you're not on the sister girl shit.
yeah, and I'm asking her some questions. So I'm like, so how do you explain this? Okay,
Who
well,
is
if
it?
you,
Go
you
ahead. I'm
know,
sorry.
and and the more questions I started to ask her, I said, well, maybe I need to get out your car because I know you got to go out there and make this money. I don't want to hold up your bag, but I, but
Who hasn't got a chance to speak up here? Because I know I'm a mic hog. Has anybody haven't had a chance to speak?
We all spoke, but I think I just wanted to just like, I'm trying to think. I almost lost my train of thought, but like, as far as protection, well, my grandfather always say like that man. That's the type of man I look for, like his characteristics. And I'll never forget when I was younger, and my grandfather, he had a stroke. He was wheelchair bound, and he could only say a couple words. And this man came to our home to fix something. So my grandfather, I'm not thinking of it as anything. And this man, whatever my grandfather saw, he just did not like that shit. The man was paying too much attention to me and my other little cousin. And you know what my grandfather did? He made sure to let my family know, if that man comes back to this house, it's a wrap. I never saw that man again. I mean, he was outside with us painting our nails and stuff, like, just to get close. It was just thinking about it makes me sick. So that's why I'm like, these men, I'm listening to the shit they say, and I'm like, how do you not want to protect your children? And it not just your children, just women in general. Why do you have to
Because
pick
we're
and
viewed as a
choose?
sacrifice.
That's what I don't know. I just don't get it.
We
We're
we are not.
sacrifices.
When you learn about narcissism, you are called supply. You don't even exist as a human being to a narcissist. And
No.
so we become, meaning the young black girl becomes the narcissistic supply for these people. It's sad to say,
It's
it's sad to
disgusting.
say, but that's what we become. And we become disposable.
A lot of times we're a willing participant, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
We know that they are messed up. We know the drill. And just as soon as they come over with a nice word, queen, and a hard penis, we ready to go. And that needs to stop.
Oh hell no. That queen shit turns me smooth off.
Yeah, it
Someone
turns my
bully
fucking
fight.
I don't like that
You
shit. I
put
don't
that
like them
there,
calling me
I block
sister
you.
either.
Oh
they
no.
hey,
always try to get something from you.
My
I
ex
don't
was
like them
pure
breathing the
dusty, and I
same
thought he was the
air.
best I can get.
I don't like them breathing the same air. Get his ass out of here.
can I can I
But
I'm
yeah,
offended. I'm offended by the fact that you breathing, dude. Get up out of here.
can
Yeah, I
can
know what
but
you mean.
yeah,
eh,
Yeah, I know what
you
you mean.
know, like,
anybody, can I say something real fast? I just love the
Mhm.
way that everybody is disturbed by Sierra and Russell Wilson's marriage. I love the way Boozy
Ooh.
is getting roasted down to the nothing because he's got a problem with seeing actual, a woman being pampered and cared for and supported and loved and all of this and that. And, you're sitting
Preach it.
here. Yeah, he's got a problem with that. And he's got a
Yeah.
problem with Lori Harvey, having all sorts of sexual escapades. You can do that when you're young and you don't have kids. Do you see the world? Screw, have fun, girl. Don't let
And
They
nobody
just
tell you
mad
what
because
you're.
they're mad
Yeah,
because she's black doing it. They love Kim Kardashian.
she's a
oh yeah.
beautiful girl. Let her experience all types of flavors. I mean, let her do her. What do you have to say? Why are you commenting on her vagina? Like, what is your
Because she
problem?
don't want him. But this is the
That's
same
why.
Boosie that facilitated molestation on his own children and has like 8 baby mamas. Please, he
His
does.
ass got diabetes. He need to go take care of that sugar before they cut his foot off with his
And that
finger.
nigga doing some INDPD.
Oh,
And
God.
anyway, he gonna say, I wouldn't marry a woman like that. First of all, what woman, young, old, or your age would want to marry you with all these kids in and out your house? I'm 23 years old. I ain't got no kids. I don't care how much money you got. I'm not signing up for this.
He look like a fucking
You
hemorrhoid.
got all these damn
He
kids
look
in and
like
out
a
of your house
damn-
because you don't know how to keep it in your pants.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Lori Harvey would not give him the time of day. She would
Period.
probably look at him.
Girl.
I'll find her myself and
like
slap the shit out of her. I'm sorry. Like,
Boozy, you all of 50 years old. Why are you studying this girl? That's a girl. You're sitting here looking like a microwave brownie. You know, you're not attractive. You you don't have shit to offer. You got 10 kids by 10 different women. You know what I'm saying? Like your focus should be elsewhere.
Because his daughter, when she go out there dating, she ain't gonna be attracting no men like that. She gonna be attracting men just like his dusty ass.
Right.
Yep.
Just like him, if not even goddamn worse. Just like Lil Wayne daughter, go all that money and she still chose what she chose. It's like, well, she chose her daddy. Don't y'all always say daddy, daddy, daddy? Well, there's her daddy.
Yep.
And dark skinned gentle woman, she made a very good point. She said these men are in women's business because they can't compete with other men. Right?
ooh,
Right. They can't compete with Russell. That's why they keep calling him a simp. You calling him a simp because he's afraid to lose a good woman out of his life? Are you serious?
But here's the thing that
His wife
I'm
and the
going to
mother of his
touch on.
children?
But here's the thing I want to touch on. The reason that Sierra gets so much heat is one, because she is an unambiguous black woman, and they don't think you deserve to be loved that way. If Sierra was Russell's first wife, they would not care. They'd be like, "Oh, look how much you love her." Oh, but because Sierra is unambiguously black, that's why she catches all that drama. Second off, she's
first
a
wife
single.
treated him like shit. Russell's first wife
sure
treated
did.
him like shit.
and
She was banging his
disrespectful
teammate.
to Sierra.
Oh, I heard about that.
They
Did you
didn't have
did
anything to
you
say
see
about that.
did you see how Miss Meow Meow was with Tommy Lee on
No.
Instagram Live?
Girl.
No.
Let me tell you what happened. First of all, let me lay this out for you. Tommy Lee is 36 years old. She has multiple children. She has a criminal record. Her mouth is disgusting. Like if Love and Hip Hop ended right now, she will never make any money. When he asked her, what did she do? She was like, I'm a hustler and a skeezer, a streetwalker. And he laughed. He made her think that she had all the options in the world because he was sexually attracted to her. He was sexually attracted to her, so he made her think she had all the options in the world. When she got a criminal record, she's 36, multiple children by different men, a criminal record, and she admitted to being a hoe.
Listen, that's the type of skeezer he want to be. That's what he wants to be. He wasn't attracted to her. He wanted to be her. He was like having a fangirl moment. What you talking about?
He was looking in a gender flipped mirror at himself.
Right. Y'all, I can't do it.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how I was seeing him with Tommy. I'm like, are you serious right now? If she was someone, and see, you probably right. He want to be her because I'm sorry, you're a little bit too feminine for me, sir. You got a little bit too much going on. You got too much sugar in your tank.
Yeah, you know what has to be recognized too is what has to be recognized is that with these men, right, is I've kind of lost my thought there because you were saying something. Again, it goes back to this self-loathing, this self-hating, and they are the colorists. They are the ones doing that. And what Black women are not realizing is they're falling into it because they're male identified too by falling into the colorism topics and the things like what you're talking about. And I'm not knocking what you're talking about as far as like, well, why do they accept this, that, and the third? They don't accept this because they're missing the point of what these men are. They are demented. They don't want to see you happy. They don't, if you don't meet the line of color or the line of look, they don't want to see you happy.
Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this real quick. Why on earth are Black women so dead set on trying to get Black men to like? They have been dissing black women for decades.
It's from
Decades at this point.
childhood.
The thing
It's from
is,
childhood, and also if you study semen chemical warfare, it's the men that they're having sex with as well that influences them to be that way,
but
unfortunately.
check it out now. If a white man gives them a compliment, they
Oh,
automatically want to talk about history.
thank you. Oh my
Oh,
God. Lately on TikTok, it's been non-black men showing appreciation for black women, and it's never sexual. They always talk about our inner qualities and why they love us so much. All you see is black women trying to get them kicked off of TikTok. The hell is
So
wrong with you?
embarrassing. Like,
Ooh.
It's like we love abuse. And I can admit to this. See, I can admit how I used to be before I started divesting. I was so used to abuse that when men would give me compliments, I would side eye them. Like really look at them like something's wrong with these dudes. And I'm not even joking about that. And I can admit to that. But they will never admit to that. They love abuse so much. And I feel bad for these men because these men genuinely care about us. And y'all trying to get them kicked off the TikTok.
That's sick.
And
It's sick.
yeah, and
You know,
see, that is the beat down that the BM has been doing to black women along with her mother, depending what kind of mom she has. That beat down has been going on so long that she may even feel like nobody wants me, because look at what can go on in the community. It's I know traditionally there was in marriage and stuff and women had babies all over. It was just a tribal thing, but we're not in those times because these men are too selfish for that. But look at the times we're in where a woman can constantly have children. I have a cousin that's on like 11, 12 kids. Okay.
Oh
She's
no.
nothing but 31, 32. Okay. Okay. And her children most of them are even mixed. Okay. But this is the choices that she has made. And I'm saying this because it's things like that. It's situations where people are a certain type of way in the community that is allowed. And by the time they get a certain age to wise up, they're like, oh, nobody wants me because it was allowed. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The behavior of the women, and I've seen black women who have did things differently. She don't walk outside with her hair wrapped up. She don't walk around in pajamas. She don't talk a certain type of way. And I've seen people try to pull her down. Her own family try to pull her out of trying to get away and be something different, talk different. Oh, why are you talking like that? Why are you dressing like that? It be grown adults doing this to these young women as well. And it's these type of things, the constant abuse that you have to claw through in the community. And some people have to really claw through it because they need to just completely cut off their family. And everybody can't really do that.
just like when black women are trying to lose weight and all of a sudden everyone's like, oh my God, you look a little sickly,
Oh,
to
yes,
try to
that part.
deter them.
That part.
Like, it's so off-putting. And also about the black women complimenting thing. Do you remember, was it last year or the year before? The years are like blending in for me. It was that Twitter thread of, I guess, black men need to say what do you love about black women? And
It was
I don't know if you
2019.
do you guys remember the comments like, oh, they're willing to build with you, they're willing to help you, they're willing to struggle with you? And I'm
Yeah, it was
like,
2019. I remember because I got pissed off when I saw it.
those are not
Okay, y'all,
compliments.
we got a dusty alert. Let me say this and I'll let y'all get back to it. Sir, there are no corner stores here for you to rob. We don't have anybody that wants to have sex with you. Nobody wants to be a baby mama. Nobody wants to talk to anybody that's trying to do better. We good. Step the fuck off and have a great night, hon. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, it's wild to me that there's women actually on TikTok crying about these white men saying, no, you're actually beautiful. Like, you don't have to do anything. You're just beautiful. You seem like nice women. Your hair is beautiful. Like, those are the compliments I like. Like, first of all, I don't build with no man. I'm in my 30s. Even when I was 18, fresh out of college, I date men with money. Like, I have never been into the struggle life. I date outside of my race. If my family sees me with a black man, they'll probably commit me because they'll assume something is wrong. Like, I am so sorry, but I'm just totally checked out of it, especially after these last couple of years, seeing how they've been acting up. They're not doing anything for us.
No other ethnicity asks their women, "What are you willing to do?" Like they don't have to ask them to build with you. They don't
Nope.
ask them, they don't ask these things of their women.
They
Grown
say, "What do you
men.
want?" That's what they say. That's what men of other
That's
Period.
my
races say to
favorite
you. They say,
word.
"What
They
do you want?"
right.
There's a
What do
there's a
you
saying
want?
that wealthy men don't call women gold diggers, they just call them.
Ooh,
Period.
that's period.
You
Church.
know what? I talked to a black woman, and she's in the sex worker world, right? And I said, well, if these men of other races, the non-black men, provide for you, right? And black men don't do it, because I hear her stories, okay? I hear them. And I said, if these are the men of other races, they provide for you, but you prefer black men, you know, in the sexual way. But wouldn't you prefer to be with a man of another race? And she was just like, no, it's no sexual compatibility and stuff. But I was like, can't
How
you
do you
look
know?
past that and want to be with a man? If you choose to be with a man, to be with a man that is more of a provider for you, that acts, she said it. She said, they just say, what do you want? The same thing I just said. So, but it's interesting, the mindset of the black woman with that black loyalty shit. Like, you don't even see that you got something better over there for
Right.
yourself, but you don't want it.
They're talking about pink peen. They're afraid of pink peen. I'm like, can black men really fuck you like that? They literally,
First of all of them
sex
ain't
is
pink.
pain. Like, they want
Sorry
to
to
ram it
interrupt.
inside you.
Yeah, they watch too much porn. They
Like,
be
I don't
looking
mean
at
to
pink.
interrupt, but all of it is not pink, okay?
It's sure not.
Thank
It's
you. That's
Zeddy
what
is
I'm saying.
shades of
Like, it
brown.
definitely is not.
And like
Zeddy
That's what
is
happens when they
shades
watch
of
too much
brown.
Thug Hunters.
see,
I
like my
mean,
cousin, she's an attractive girl, but she's a black man, only type of black woman. And
girl.
that has landed you nowhere but being a single mother of 2 boys by 2 different men.
Oop.
And like she kept on saying, oh, well, I'm not sexually attracted to them. Where has it gotten you? Like, really, let's just, because that's all they're using you for is sex.
They said
And
broke dick is the best dick, and I ain't never tested that theory. I am not attracted to men without money.
Girl,
Like, are
it's the
you
best dick
crazy?
because all they got to do all day is perfect their stroke game.
That's
That's it.
fine.
They
I'm
have
not
nothing
finding out
better
for
to do.
they
myself.
don't even got that, girl. What?
I
Listen,
don't know.
oh,
I
They
would not
have,
want to find out for myself.
this man actually has a tutorial on how to lay up in a woman's house. He said, listen, the first time y'all get together,
Oh
you
yeah.
need to hit it that night. And then you need to, I don't know what he said, but basically you got to put it on to lay it down or whatever. And you got to do it on a
And
night
not
that,
leave. I
pretend
saw
like you
that.
sleep.
yeah,
Pretend
you got
like
to
you
do it on the
sleep.
night that she go to work. And
Fucking
if she don't wake
pathetic.
you up, you
Yes.
just stay there for the whole day. What?
Yeah, you pretend like you sleep when she
Nigga, get
wake
out
up.
my house.
Yeah.
Before I
And you,
lay down with a dusty, I'd rather deep throat a cactus. Carry
I always
on.
say I'll go dip in an active volcano. I don't believe that.
okay,
I
yes.
told
I remember that
I t-
video. And he looked all nasty and shit.
He looked old. Like, how old are you and you doing this?
Because you know
I
what
got one.
the dark side of this shit is? I wanted to believe there are men instructing these men, but there are women instructing these men to do some of this shit. I'm sorry.
But
I hate to say it. I'm woman. I'm a woman identified woman, and I'm for women's empowerment. But I'm telling you, I feel it like there are women instructing this shit to these men.
After the rise of pick-me's, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Like, these pick-me's are starting to get out of hand and really start pissing me off, to be honest with you.
but am
They
I the
Yeah,
are
I get triggered
am I
by
disgusting.
the
pygmies
only
too.
The
But
pygmies
if
are
Love
you
this.
if
disgusting.
you
They will
listen
send
to the
people.
pick me stories, they're horrifying. Like
Mm-hmm.
They're
I don't.
traumatic, right? Girl, be
Yeah,
shaking.
like they're
What the hell?
horrifying. Right? You did all that for this? You.
And
I
you
got
still love black men? What the hell?
Yep. Have y'all heard about what B. Simone did? Her viral video?
oh
Oh
god.
God, help
Please
me.
don't.
oh, I saw that mess.
They already made videos throwing her in our face. They already made videos throwing her in our face. They already got videos up now.
They were just
Where's her
bashing
Okay, so
hair?
her
what
a couple
happened?
months ago,
Can you
right?
give the update? Last one, she was saying you could date a drug dealer. What she said now?
This is what she said. She was like, so basically be equally yoked. So this is what she said. She said, you want a man that's in shape? You get in shape. You want a man that's financially stable? You get financially stable. You need to be equally yoked. So this is what she said. She said,
picture your perfect man and then decide what woman he should have by his side and turn yourself into that. Let's manifest men. First of all, I'm not going to manifest no man because I can get one easily, even when I was overweight, baby. I don't need to manifest that. Secondly, the only reason why you are sitting here talking down to us because you don't got no non-black women following you, boo-boo. Let's be real, because you're ghetto. You are only doing this because they tore you a new one when you said you didn't want no 9-to-5 men. Let's be real and let's call a spade a spade.
Yep.
I don't care how
Yep,
much
they were
hate me,
dragging
I
her.
will never pander to a black man. But you can't
Now
help
Where the
they're
hell
yourself.
is
praising
her
her.
man? Can somebody point me to where her man is, though?
Girl, she ain't got one.
No, they said
Oh.
she's dating some football player or something like that. I don't know.
He
I
ain't
need to see
claiming her.
it. Show your credentials.
He ain't claiming her because I haven't seen her with anybody. I seen her.
Oh, it was one of those secured, like they like put 2 and 2 together type deal.
See,
Girl,
people don't understand when you're in a position of speaking, you better be living that shit.
Word.
Okay. Because there was one woman going in about child support, and why women do it is she end up whole pregnant, unmarried. He ended up leaving her to be with a friend that she met. Then he was and then she had to end up putting him on child support, her whole channel down. Okay. I cooked, I cleaned, I ran your bathwater, I took care of you. I'm Dominican, and then how did that work out for you? Threw her ass out, used her up in Atlanta, and threw her back to Kansas or whatever the hell, bubblefuck, wherever she came from.
And that's what the fuck she gets.
That's what she get. That's what I'm saying, because it's stuff like that. Because, oh my gosh, they just be pandering for these men. That's really what it is.
Yeah,
it's not for you, because anything for another woman, you're going to teach her about. You're going to talk about empowerment. You're going to share your stories. You're going to really tell her to go inside herself. Even tell her to be single for a little while. Get away from her friends. That's what women do for other women. Not pander to these men. That's what these women are doing.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
and that's
And
why
I
they
will
hate
say
that
this.
girl Lori Harvey. That's why they hate her.
Even though we're getting a lot of pick-me's, I'm telling you, pretty soon they're not gonna have nowhere to go. And I guarantee it. You want to know why? Because their preference is starting to turn on them. Like their preference are getting pissed off. Like one of these men made a post that went viral, and every time it goes viral, it come across my screen. No matter how many times I ban these things, like I delete people, I unfriend people, and I still get these things coming across my news feed. But this black man gonna talk about I went out with a Saudi Arabian woman, a Middle Eastern woman, and she never said she don't need no man. Said I can receive a man, so why do I say I don't need no man? Oh, you such a damn liar. She doing this. She's submissive. She's in shape. And she let me hit it twice in a row. You're talking about a woman that comes from one of the most conservative places in the world. Let you hit it twice.
He bought a prostitute.
You didn't have no Saudi Arabian woman that was raised in Saudi Arabia and came to America. No, you didn't. Why is you lying?
They're not even allowed by their men to go outside, okay? And interact with the world.
They just got the right to
say it. I know what I'm talking about. These women can't go nowhere without a male family member before they're married.
They just got the right to drive last year.
Yeah.
Talk about something, and at the bottom of the post, it was like, "Black women, step it up." Can you stop lying?
You know what she's
lying?
about
No
to
Saudi
do,
Arabian. If you would have said Dominican, or if you would have said literally any other type of woman, it would have been extremely believable. But you said Saudi Arabian woman. These women are so conservative. It is ridiculous. Like, you can't talk to them if you want to date them. You gotta talk to the men.
Yeah.
Yep. You can't even talk to those women if you want to date them. Why are you lying so damn hard?
He want to show an example and then have you try and reach that target. You'll never reach the target, and why you want to, I don't know. I firmly believe that woman was a prostitute.
Me so.
Or at least she definitely be considered one back home. They don't play that.
Yes, just entertaining a man by yourself without a male family member there. Yeah, you're a hoe. You are a whore immediately.
You get stoned. Like,
you don't even have to open your legs or kiss them. You are a hoe just for not having a male family member there.
I don't have any ill feelings against women of the night, but if you won, tell us you won. He's lying. That was a woman of the night. I know what post you're talking about. She was barely paying any attention to him. She was looking down at her phone like, oh my God, am I with a Dusty? What is a Dusty? How do you say Dusty in Arabic? I found one.
Yeah, I'm telling you, 2 white
They-
women just went viral for telling black men that they will never get submission. I keep telling you, their preference is starting to turn on them.
Right.
Because a man who gets submission, they don't need to ask for it nor demand it. They get it because they're a man. They're a man. No
Yeah, my
man needs to
husband has never
demand
had to
it.
ask me to submit.
In these culture, these women come from a culture
Your
of
daddy's
men.
a gremlin.
It's not always better, but at least they have men that are providers. That's the difference.
That's a big
These,
difference.
these women are finishing degrees in schools. These women are at least accomplishing what they need to for themselves in those cultures. There's no comparison because they're not realizing it still reflects back on you. There's an African proverb that says the behavior of the women tell you about the men of the tribe. So what does that tell you about black men? If we're going to go by this African proverb.
They ain't shit, ain't never gonna be shit.
Right.
Period. My bad.
And another thing too I want to point out about the black community. There's no hierarchy inside the community. Everybody's just together. The ghetto, the ratchets together, the rich, the high value men, women, all together. Everybody just together in the black community. And because there's so much of this togetherness, that's another problem. Because there's no separation. There's no, oh, those are the ratchet black people. We don't deal with them. Other cultures, they have that. They be like, no, those are the hillbillies. We don't, that ain't us. We don't deal with that.
Yeah, you're
Black
right.
people don't
Because
have
you
that
can't
kind of
have you can't have doctors and lawyers and stuff living amongst crackheads and fiends, and there's gonna be a fight.
right. But see, in the black family, but what's crazy is somebody can be a doctor and go ride down to the projects and meet their family members. Or their family members from the and I don't like to use the projects, but a low impoverished family can still come see them. And I'm not trying to be this, but this is what you see a lot. While there are families that disown family members in certain cultures, there are families that they have their own lifestyle and own way, and they have a certain class system. I don't see that with black families. My mother's a very successful black woman, very successful. She should not have dealt with her siblings that was on drugs and all this kind of. It's like she had survivor's guilt, but she still kept coming around that shit.
They come up with the "you think you better."
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I do. Somebody's playback is doubling up, y'all.
Is it me?
I don't know, but yeah, I do think I'm better than Pygmishas, and I'll say that directly to a Pygmisha. Any Pygmishas in the chat, so I can come. You can come up, so I can tell you I'm better than you.
Pygmies are ridiculous. They are ridiculous, and those are and it's interesting because those are the ones that these Dusties try to tell you. They try to get you to listen to. I'm gonna tell you something else about a Dusty. They can pick up when you don't give a damn about them. I want to put that out there. Okay, they can pick up when you don't give a damn about them or the male species in general. They really something about them and their instincts. They know that, and that makes them feel some type of way. They need, like, do you see how black women respond to them? They be giggling. They always batting their eyes and shit. You'd be like, oh girl,
dying to be a baby mama. Dying to struggle out here. Dying to share that shit-shaped penis. You just ready to go.
Girl.
And they feel so entitled to talk to any black woman. It's just a sense of entitlement they feel towards every black woman. They could be delivering food. They see you. They just feel like, you know what? I could holler at her. Like, are you serious?
Oh my God, I have such a story about that. I used to attend, back in my mammy days, like, I attended an HBCU and,
first mistake.
like, sorry, huh?
Go ahead, sorry.
All right. And I didn't know better. They were offering me a full scholarship, so I took it. But they didn't have gates around the school, so crackheads would come in from the neighborhood. It was a very bad neighborhood.
Oh my God.
And they would sit in front of our dorms and try to holler at girls all day. Like, you could be coming back from a late night class and there'll be crackheads hanging out in front of your dorm talking about, oh, I got what you need and those degrees won't keep you warm at night.
I
What?
bet they will.
Yes, it
And then,
will.
and we would complain. And we would be like, every time we would have like a school hall meeting, we would be like, can we get like a gate or something to keep these dudes off campus? But they would say, we're a school of the community, so you just have to kind of deal with them.
Wow.
That's actually quite scary because literally anything could happen. College campuses, they're low-key dead at night, like depending on where you're coming from. Any little nook, somebody could grab you in between a building. Like, that's scary.
Exactly. And it was very scary. And security didn't want to do nothing. There was no gates. At least other colleges, had gates and security checkpoints. We didn't have that. So like anyone could and often did come off the streets from wherever and
So
just sit on the campus.
basically at a HBCU, even when there's security paying to protect Black women, they don't do it.
Right.
Okay, don't do it.
There's a website, I think it's called Black Economics. All the Black people go to it now for the Black statistics. It's
really?
Girl, they tried it. For the poverty rate, they had 75% of single mothers with children are the poorest. Okay, I said they tried it. Black mothers are the fathers that are single fathers with children. I forgot the number was real low. I said, man, please.
I wish they would sit up and tell that damn lie. And poor Becky, she learned it the hard way. All I can do is laugh.
Yeah, and then all the Black men that are in college versus all the Black men in prison. Girl, it ain't even too far from a number. I'm like, y'all proud of this shit?
So
you should see how many of them are in prison. I said, oh my, this is a crazy ass number. And this is supposed to be Black economics, and that's what they tell us to go look to, because the other economics, the other statistics are not the truth.
I believe at HBCUs that the male to female ratio is like 10-1. So
it's actually worse than that.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh
we were like,
actually. Go ahead.
Like, at least at our school, it was like worse than that. Like, it was so bad. Like, everybody knew everything about everyone's business. An HBCU is basically a microcosm of the Black community. So think of everything.
If you're looking to hook up with a Dusty there, good luck. Good luck. And also inbox me for some therapists if you're looking for a Dusty. Carry on.
Yeah, she's right. My high school did what they call the HBCU tour. They did a historical Black college tour, which are, so we went all over the country for a long time. And these were very small campuses. And if they were big campuses, it just really didn't matter, because she's right. It's just, it's no different. It's no different.
That is so sad.
HBCU is a Dusty's dream, because, and he can find a plethora of ambitious mammies. Okay.
Willing to be the breadwinners, willing to hold him down. All he gotta do is mow the lawn once a month and sit
I don't know where that came from. That hold a man down bull. Where did that come from?
If I'm
I knew that from women from the hood that had men in jail. That's how I understood that term, to where that came from.
Ride or die dummies. None of that.
There was another viral post that I came across. He goes, awesome. I saw a white woman call her man king. Y'all slacking. Y'all give up on us too quickly. We have been way too nice to y'all for a very long time. Nobody's given up on you yet. And her just calling that man king. Oh my goodness. Like, it just a white woman can breathe in your direction and you get a heart on. What the hell is wrong with you?
The fact that Black women would even let a Black man talk to her this day and age about anything, I don't care if it's directions or just something real casual, that is a blessing to them. They should not be allowed to even talk to you about anything, because they've already proven with these past 150 years that they are what they are. I say that all the time. I say that damn near every live. They're not going to change. So just, let them go about their business. They're going to eventually get arrested, create baby mamas, die alone. Their future is always fucked up.
I knew that I was ready to divest when I was standing next to a black man and him breathing was starting to piss me off. Like I was ready to put my foot through his chest. Like he was breathing, and I'm like, the hell you breathing? I was ready to put my foot through his chest, but move. First of all, you too close, and secondly, just ill.
Yeah, I don't want to smell you. I don't want to know that you exist. They are completely useless. I hate to say that, y'all, but they are useless. Can you name anything that they're good for? And I'm talking about that's not sexual.
Oh, no.
That they're good for. How is society using them? They are good for nothing.
They really are.
I mean, they'll bother
I
you.
left
but
my
that's
therapist
something.
too, by the way, divested Elliot.
You said you left her?
Yeah, she's a mammy. I had to go.
Good.
Was she black?
Yeah, black woman. Because I
I'm
didn't
sorry,
really want a
I'm
black
sorry
woman
to
as a
hear that.
therapist in the first beginning, but she's a mammy.
Yeah, because you run that risk. If you get a black woman as a therapist, you run a 50-50 chance of getting somebody.
Yeah,
better
like
than
it's
them.
who women are choosing. I'm like, yo, choosing black men is the problem. And I know she got offended by that. I said, it's not who women are choosing. The men, listen, this is what I'm going to say real quick. Let's look at something. I'm a black woman who grew up in a predominantly Caucasian neighborhood, right? So therefore, I knew men of all races who was in the army, who went to college, et cetera, right? But let's take the young girl who lives in a low impoverished neighborhood where she's not around that. Is that her fault? That the men around her are not in college, that they're not stepping up their self, that they're not getting off the corners, they're trying to get jobs or do something better, that her options around her, is it her fault that she's choosing that when that's around
In this
her?
community, yes. In this
Because
community,
because it's her responsibility, I guess, when she gets a certain age to go outside of what she knows. Nobody thinks about that. We're the responsibility of what the men have to do. It ain't always who she's choosing.
They don't have any requirements. They never have. They have to be born and have a dick. That's it.
Yeah, I don't, and I noticed this. I said, "Oh, she's a mammy. I can't do it." It's choosing. I'm like, why don't y'all see this? Choosing black men is the problem, and that's why we offended her. No, it's not who I'm choosing. That's not it. He doesn't have to take no responsibility. None.
of course not.
Exactly. That's why when they said that that's why when black men say that black women's standards are too high. How? We've required nothing of you for a very long time. The hell you mean our standards are too high?
The bare minimum, walking your kid to school, they praise that. That's what
Yeah,
y'all was
like
getting praised for.
even when I think about myself, the little things that I had asked for from the man I was with, I ain't really asked for shit. I could have demanded more. I could have demanded way more, and I didn't. I thought I was demanding enough because I felt I had to do the part. You know what I'm saying?
This is why y'all have to stop praising them. Because here's the deal. I got sent a story today, and I'm gonna do a post on it before I go to bed. The dude in the story, he was being praised, quote unquote, for taking care of his special needs son. And they did a whole write-up on him, and he was celebrated, black guy. Well, last night he stabbed that same child 6 times with a screwdriver.
Whoa, what?
Okay.
I saw that article.
Did you see that? You got to stop. They're hot garbage. So if you have to take time out to praise the unicorns, you're by default admitting that the rest of them are trash.
Holy shit.
We got to stop that nonsense because everybody's looking for the good one. Well, it's millions of black women that's looking for that same good one. Your chances are slim, sis.
Very slim. It's
And
like
what defines good? Like there are women that are with, like, I mean, I had a male doctor. It doesn't even matter what they are. I just be like, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. Like it's just something in me just feels that way about. No matter what, they could be a fireman. It doesn't matter.
No, they think they good black men because they can hold down a job. I'm telling you what I know. My stepfather thinks he's a black man because he can maintain employment. You ain't worth the damn.
Maintaining employment
That's
where
basic
though?
adult shit.
I mean, but you could still be lazy and go to work every day. There's some
Right.
mediocre, lazy ass people at work all day.
And making $28,000 a year as a man ain't worth a damn. I'm sorry.
Man, men, I've heard these men on these platforms, they don't even sound happy about being a six-figure man. I watch these platforms.
They
just
be
look
lying, sis. They be lying.
First
They're
of all,
lying.
they act like 6-figure men are so hard to find. You can literally find them everywhere.
I have a lot of them in my building alone. Like,
yeah, I mean, where I live at is six-figure
Mhm.
men. Believe it or not. You
Right.
wouldn't think so, but they're out here. I've met a few men they're the owners of the places out here, the businesses and the shit. They're single men too. Some of them married. I think one of them was single. But the point is, like, they're out here.
You know how much stuff costs today? 6 figures ought to be the bare minimum for men at this point.
Oh,
I bought a
especially for
car
a
battery
family.
today that my husband put in my car. Okay, that battery was damn near $200. Just the battery. So if you making up under 6 figures, what you eating? Top ramen noodles?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the top 10 six-figure jobs, esthetician is number one. Not just a registered nurse, a certain sector of a registered nurse is up there as the top 5. To be a dentist is number 10. Gynecologist is like number 9 or 8. Like, if you look at the careers that you can take, you can also do those careers as an assistant as well, which is what I'm doing, dental assistant. So, like, I mean, I think it's how you manage your money, how you live your life, and what life means to you, honestly, when it comes to money. You know?
Yeah.
Some people take their money, they splurge it, they like to travel the world, and that's not even expensive as people think, you know. And there's some people that like to save their money and build businesses. It's just about who you are as an individual. I mean, we all know that. Excuse me, I'm preaching to the choir here, but the stuff they talk about, I'm like, how old are you people? Like,
child, for real. And when they tell us what we don't deserve, do you know how easy it is to obtain it? Y'all just
Right.
act like black men. When black men get money, they want the top tier women. But and then there was some divested women that talked about this, that a lot of non-black men who have money, they're looking for quality women. They're looking for quality women. And a lot of us are beautiful in their eyes. But with black men, they want top tier. And to them, top tier is non-black,
Curly hair.
shaped like an ant, big butt, big boobs, just perfect. That's what they want. They want the top tier women, and they're the only ones that do it. Nobody else do it. Like, look at Elon Musk. He only get with below average women.
And most rich men's women.
And he's the richest man in the
yeah,
world.
most of them have very plain Jane type
Yeah.
of woman. Like, she has her own success.
Mark Zuckerberg, his wife is regular old. She's like, well, a Harvard grad. She just be chilling.
I'm telling you, like, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and he only dates basic women.
Yeah.
That's why you can't listen to quote unquote 6-figure folks that they don't even run in certain circles. Like, can you actually go out your door and meet people in like high society that could like put you in a position to actually be successful?
Kitten Hills. We already know what the deal is with him. That's why he talks like that, because he's trying to be a woman that wants a man, that wants a 6-figure man. Because that's not how a man talks. I don't care what nobody say.
Like, I'm telling you, I've noticed this about black men. I've noticed this. Once when they get a certain amount of wealth, they need what they believe in their mind. What is the top tier women? I mean, the tip top woman. The woman that wouldn't hold whatever that down. Woman is in their head, they need to have her. They don't care about her quality anymore.
And they still mistreat her. Because excuse me, when I first moved down here, I'm from New York, and right now I'm in Charlotte, and moved down here, and I lived next door to the ex-wife of some football player. I believe he played for the Minnesota Vikings. And she was really friendly. She wanted to befriend me a little bit too quickly. Like, she was really overly friendly. And she started telling me her business. She started telling me her story and how, they're no longer together, and who he was, and they have two little biracial girls, and you know and how abusive he was, and how he wouldn't pay child support, and how and I would see him come and get the girls every weekend or every other weekend. I forgot what it was, but I would hear this white girl crying all the time because he was completely abusive to her. And I remember, in an effort for her to try to get cool with me, she would tell me, how how he used to complain about black women to her as a white woman, and complain about his mother, and complain about, just black women in general, and how she, as a white woman, would, try to, refute and, argue him down and stuff. And, I guess she felt like, he wasn't going to treat her that way. So that was what made me understand that it's not about, I started to understand that even when he gets, quote unquote, that upper echelon woman, he's still gonna mistreat her anyway.
Yeah,
He's
these
still
women
not
are
gonna do the right
finding
thing.
out.
He's
These
so
women are finding out they're not the exception to the rule. Like
Right.
they're
that's what's really
just
going
Those
on.
divorce rates are going up.
they're self-loathing no matter what position they're in. I look at it all the time. Even the ones that have the money, the doctors and stuff. I watch so many different calibers of people on YouTube, and I notice the black men, they're just self-loathing. I could feel it. Like, what is your problem, dude? You're not happy you making money? What's wrong over there? That's just it's
They're
just something.
miserable.
I
Notice
so
as we get better as black women, notice how more miserable they get. It's
Yep.
literally a causation to both. So as we get, up there, I don't want to use the term level up because I'm not, a level up creator. But as we get better, they get more miserable and more vicious. They get more violent. They talk more shit. They doing
Hmm.
because they're panicking. They don't want us to leave. But I'm sorry, I'm taking all of them up out of there.
That's why it's
yeah.
wild to me. They sit in that man's like chat section, and I'm like, they're literally only there because he bashes black women, because they're literal dusties. Like they are writing all these comments, and they're probably sitting on a woman's couch that's paying all the bills, and they drive her car, drop her off at work, and come back home and probably fucking some other bitch on her couch. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. It's like the
Yeah.
nerve, and it's true.
They
They basking it. Like they're happy. They get real happy when the world is shitting on black women, and now everyone is saying, you know what, f all that. Now they're really showing out.
the last one I dealt with, I observed him and I said, I was like, dude, like trying to just try to get him to get up. You see, this is the problem too with black women. We shouldn't be doing this shit. Like, dude, like I could see like you're comfortable being nothing while the men around you of other races, non-black men, are successful with their own homes, one in the army, one in the business, and all you doing is talking and
It's
looking
never bothered
lousy
them.
and looking like somebody taking care of you and you ain't doing shit.
It's never bothered them. Look at all of the models of industry. Okay, you had slavery and where it was white men over black men. Look at how that dynamic plays out on any football field.
Well, the football men I know in high school, growing up from being a 90s kid, they didn't date black women. They always dated the racially ambiguous
No, no, no.
white girl.
What I mean by that is the coach is usually white and the players are black. It's usually an overseer and then a bunch of black men that are comfortable working up under him.
Okay, yeah, yeah, good point.
That's a dynamic that they're used to. Just anytime there's a white man walk in the room, a whole bunch of black men always get in order because they have a lot of respect for them. They won't admit it,
Hmm.
but they have a lot of respect for white men, so they fall in order. They follow white men around. They try to be their version of patriarchy is a bastardized version of white men's patriarchy. It just is what it is.
And tell me why, if as a football player you're making millions upon millions of dollars, but you got to be in a locker room with no door. You got to show your ass. I mean, all of y'all are in there. Y'all are not
Hmm.
covered. You know what I'm saying? Like, that never made sense to me. Like, to me,
Oh, I never
Why?
knew that.
Why do I have to be in here butt naked with the rest of these people who got money just like me? Why we can't be in like some, why we can't have like, a door? Do you know what I'm saying? Or
Well, they look at them as inmates. Remember that
Right,
Texan head
right.
coach? He said the inmates, when everyone they were doing that kneeling stuff, he literally said the inmates are basically overran the prison. And he's not the only one that thinks like that. That's why I never understood why people are interested in football players. I'm like, I need to talk to the coaches, like the people with real money.
Yeah, and then they be abusive on top of that.
So,
Did
you
y'all
know what,
see that
Zella?
little
That's
Boosie
a
interview?
yeah.
I'm
I
sorry, say that
just,
again?
I
No,
know we talked about it earlier, but the thing about it is, DJ Vlad is one smart man because he don't pay y'all for these interviews, but
Nope, he sure
he
doesn't.
made millions off of y'all. Like, think about it. He made millions off of black men going on to his show to be interviewed and embarrassing themselves. I just really thought about that for a quick second.
Hold up, they don't get paid?
And then one of
No,
them
No,
had
they
a
don't
nerve to
get
be
paid.
like,
These
"Oh,
are
wait a
free
minute, I didn't tell
interviews.
you that. I ain't tell you that. Hold on now. Oh no, Vlad is an agent. A fucking 15, 20 years later. Now y'all want to say that?
yeah, because they
But
figured
they're
out
still going on
it was
his
the
show, though.
overseer model. It's that overseer model. It's like that on basketball courts. The coach is white, the player is black. It's like that in corporate America. The head person is white, and then you have your black men sprinkled in. They are literally used to that plantation bucking and all of that shit. They have not changed. They've always been that.
Yeah, when y'all talked about football players and making millions of dollars, I had to sit down and think about it. I said, this man just made millions off of black men embarrassing themselves for free. That man is one smart cookie, I'll tell you that much.
They said
I
he got
mean,
so
he
many
had
of them
Tommy.
arrested,
Yeah,
right?
he had Tommy Sotomayor and Tariq up there fighting each other and shit.
Yep. Yep.
And it's still funny
They
to
just
this day.
smarter than Dusty's. They are much smarter than Dusty's. And look at what Melinda put. She put, I heard Vlad's wife is black. Did y'all? Yes, I did hear that.
Yeah,
I
Somebody
she is
didn't
black.
know
She
that.
probably is. She probably the one orchestrating it. Like, yeah, get him.
Hey,
Yeah, she
get
is
your
black. I
bacon,
actually saw
girl.
a
Get your
photo of her.
bacon.
She is black.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
That's what's
see,
up.
she's orchestrating that shit. I'm telling you. How much I want to bet she
I love to
orchestrating
see
that.
it.
And she don't
Looking
care on
like
top
the
of
Tiffany avatar right now, laughing like, got you. Get them all. I know I would. I'm not gonna hold you. I know I would, cause they put it upon themselves and they turn on their own people. And what do you? Anybody watch movies with them? Do you notice how fucked up they are, even in the movies that they
Oh, I
portray
don't
them?
watch black movies. I'm
No,
sorry.
not the black
Oh,
movies, the ones with them in it. Because I watch Riverdale and I watch like Sabrina, I watch like those paranormal shows, Heart of Dixie,
yeah, I
like
love
that.
those.
That's not paranormal, but the black people that are sprinkled in there, the black men, are terrible characters. Terrible. They always rapists. They betray their own people. The mothers don't want them with the daughters. Like, it's crazy.
So look at this, y'all. Quiet Temptress says, y'all remember that Monique situation? She's the only one that demanded a cut from Vlad, yet the black men were okay with just sitting there talking for free. Yes, I do remember that. And I see that they did not back her up either. They didn't back her up with the Netflix situation. They kind of let her hang out to dry. And that's why Monique need to divest, because she doing the most with that mammy stuff.
She's not gonna divest. First of all, she's married to a black man that she calls daddy in public.
Oh God.
Secondly, they're in an open marriage and she don't want to give that up worth nothing.
And don't forget, what the hell is that woman's name? Influenced that. Ever since she came on Monique's show, Monique lost her show and lost her damn mind after that. What is that woman's name? It starts with a K. Kenya Stevens. Yes.
I don't know her.
Girl, Kenya Stevens. I used to listen to her stuff. I'll tell you, Kenya Stevens was with this old light-skinned mixed bright man that she ended up having this polygamous relationship with. And she had this business, and she was on Monique's show. She talk about how you don't have. She was on Dr. Phil too, talking about they humiliated her though. There's no STDs and this and that and submission and all that kind of stuff. That's her name, Kenya K. Stevens.
Did you know that they're really trying to push it now? Like that black men are really trying to push us sharing them now. Like there was an interview done, right? This man is married. He got caught with his side chick by his wife, and instead of his wife leaving him, she just decided, well, you know what? He's never gonna stop seeing her because he never stopped seeing the woman no matter how many times he got caught. So she was like, okay, well, it looks like I'm just gonna have to share him. Done move this woman up in here.
Oh my
So
God.
now both of y'all sharing this man. And now they're really trying to push it. Now they're really trying to push that we need to share them because there's not enough black men to go around. First of all, I don't want a fucking black man to begin with.
I'll be single.
Secondly, even if I did, I'm not sharing one.
Yeah, because I tell y'all my story. HIV and AIDS is real. It's not a game. I don't know why nobody thinks about these things.
Yep, and they are watching Nature Boy because Nature Boy and they passing around herpes over there.
Yes, they are.
And he takes their money. When you join Nature Boy, you need to bring all of your money. He don't work.
So what does this mean, y'all? Money. This means that there's too many sectors. That means that these black women like it because whenever we don't like something, we tear that shit down.
And on top of that, this is the result of the abuse, going to what you said, Blue Avatar, of like your 13-year-old cousin. She will end up being over there because she's been so abused by her own mother and her family that she feels like that place is her family because she's been in worse.
But you're right. You're very right. And I feel bad for her. Like I kept feeling bad for her, but there's nothing I can do because custody was given back to her mother.
Yeah.
Wow. And there's nothing I can do about stuff like that. I felt horrible for her and I tried to help her as much as I possibly could. I tried to help her, but she didn't want to listen. Whatever her mother is doing is working. It's working because I tried. The little time I had with her, I visibly tried.
Mm-hmm.
And it is something that is extremely difficult to do. Like there's this dude on TikTok who keep on saying, oh, well, y'all don't like it when we give y'all examples of other races of women who are submissive.
Nobody asked them. Nobody care what they like.
I'm looking at this video. I'm like, and I don't even have a TikTok. This is why I hate the internet. I don't even have a TikTok, and I can't get away from their videos. I'm like, listen, stupid. Their men don't have to ask for submission. They're going to get it because they're men. You have to demand it because you don't deserve it. So it's no comparison. And then the same white women that you keep comparing us to, take your videos, repost them on TikTok, and tell you that you don't deserve submission. Kiss my ass.
You notice every platform that Zaddy creates, as soon as it rolls out, here comes Tyrone to tell everybody how much he hates you.
Yeah. Exactly. April talks about I date black women. Then why are you talking? You date black women because you can't date no other man. You live in a house with a man. Because this man came around with no shirt on to justify what you're talking about. Because he was defending Kevin Samuels. He was like, I would defend this man to the death because he's just telling y'all the truth. We need this and we need that. Do you ever wonder why black women automatically submit to their non-black partners? Because they're men and they deserve submission.
They protect and provide.
So and they don't have to ask for it either. It kind of just happens.
Thank you. Naturally. They do what men do.
Not for nothing, a lot of these dusties.
Sorry, go ahead. Before I started, go ahead.
You know, a lot of these dusties, the thing is they want that typical 1950s housewife where the woman submits and does everything, but they don't want to be a typical 1950s provider because the second you talk about grandma stayed at home and raised the kids, but granddad was out there working 2 or 3 jobs, 13-hour shifts to make sure she could do that. Are you going to do that? No, equality.
And he never complained or expected praise for doing what he's supposed to do.
Girl, it is ridiculous. Black men do so little that they literally praise him for cleaning a baby. That is his baby. Yes, wash it. You want that little po baby stinking? She laid down and gave birth to it, went through how many hours of labor? The very least you can do is wash the baby's butt.
some of the stories I get, y'all, they need to be thankful that they come home from work and the baby ain't dead.
Oh my god.
A bath is some champion stuff. Can you not beat the baby to death while she at work, sir?
Oh, that happens a lot. That baby starts
Yes.
crying, and 30 seconds later, it's a wrap. They can't deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did y'all hear about that man that raped his what was she, 2 years
Yep.
old?
Yep. That was a
And he raped
beautiful
his
little
baby.
girl
That
too.
was, and what disturbed me about that is, like I said, the mother knew her son was like that. She probably even knew he was doing that. The way she was just talking and not devastated and not saying sorry as a mother to have a son to do that to his own child bothered me.
And that's your grandchild at that, like, these
Yes.
women.
The way she
Like,
was talking and standing there with the mother, I was just like, you too calm for me. You just way too calm about this.
yeah, like I told y'all about that little 9-year-old boy, he's already doing like sexually deviant stuff. Like I would even see him doing inappropriate stuff with my little brother. And my little brother is a very, he's around the same age, but he don't do that stuff. So I would have to like open the door because he was trying to close the door. No, leave this door open and get off my brother. Like get off his back.
What the fuck?
You're not finna be doing no pretend wrestling moves you're using to get on top of him. Move. Get off my brother right now.
Oh, that is scary. Oh no.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Blue Avatar, because I've watched family members that were like that. I had a family member. I told them about that little light skinned nigga. I said, some ain't right with him. He's a baby. He's a baby. Said something ain't right with him. He turned 12 years old. What he doing? Bending his ass over, about to get some penis at 12 years old from the neighbor. Okay.
I can't stand that. He's a baby thing. Adolf Hitler used to be a baby, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Yeah, he's a baby, but he having some issues right now that need to be addressed.
I'm
It's
telling my
just,
mama kicked that 9-year-old out of her house. I'm telling you. And she picked up on it real quick. It's not rocket science. We are, technically speaking, we're not his family, and we picked it up.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to know when shit is blatantly inappropriate. Like, what is there to figure out? It's right there. And clearly he isn't afraid to act on certain things.
And you don't know how clear it is, though. Like, okay, I developed early. Like, by the time I was in the 5th grade, I had hips, thighs, booty, breasts, all of that. I was in a size B bra by the time I was in the 5th grade. And it was crazy. My cousins had a history of dating men who looked at little girls. So it was Halloween, and my mom had bought me a costume, and she didn't know that I was going to fill it out the way that I did, and I filled it out like a grown woman would. And she got real uncomfortable, and she didn't want me to wear it because one of my cousin's boyfriends were in the room, and he liked to look at little girls. My mama hurry up and rushed me into my room to change.
instead of kicking him out, right?
Well,
Right.
She couldn't
Get
kick
that
him
nigga
out
out of
because
here. Yeah.
I said my room. We weren't even in my house. We were at my cousin's house. And I went into my auntie's room and changed. So that's why she couldn't kick him out, because we weren't even in her house. So she rushed me to the room to change, and then we went home. She couldn't even kick me. She couldn't even kick him out. And his girlfriend, my cousin, wasn't finna do nothing.
See, my cousin was built like that. She had breasts at like 5-6 years old. A lot of women in my family built like that. And let me tell you, my aunt, she said to a man, she said, "Look, don't look at my daughter like that. Not if, don't you, she confronted him. That's my daughter. Don't play with me." That's what women are supposed to do in situations like that.
Yep.
We ain't supposed to be telling. I was stepchild. I'm a grown woman, and my mama still be telling me to put clothes on in front of her husband. I don't like that shit.
Oh no, I hate that.
I don't like that
They
shit
don't have
at
to
all.
control. They don't have to control themselves. They get treated like an untrained dog and get
But what-
excuses made for them.
But what's disturbing is my sister, his daughter. My sister dressed very damn provocative, and she's very curvy. And I feel uncomfortable with the way my sister dressed. I'll be like, I know that's her daddy and all, but that still make me feel a little uncomfortable. That she can just sit here and just dress like this. And you don't say nothing.
Yeah, like that's how it is with my cousin. Now my cousin and I are 3 weeks apart, right? And she was raped by a male cousin. This was before her kids, and she got pregnant for the first time at 14. So I think around 12 or 13 years old, she was raped by him. and I was molested twice, right? Me, I used to hide my body because I was so ashamed of it. I was very uncomfortable with my sexuality. She leans into it. Like she dresses naked all the time, literally all the time. Like my cousin, her big sister married her high school sweetheart. She is always half naked in front of this man. Why? Just why? Put on some clothes. And don't nobody make her put on no clothes. Like she literally tried. We were finna go to a government building because she is on welfare, and we were finna go to a government building so she can check on her case. This girl put on a little black dress that was so short. If she bent over, you saw all her goodies. Like she don't like to wear clothes.
What you think that's gonna get her extra benefits? That's ridiculous.
Girl, I don't know. Do you know how hard it is to make her put on some damn clothes?
Well, that could be. That sounds like my sister. My sister, I don't know about the skirt part, but I think my sister was violated by her father. I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh
As
wow.
I'm in therapy and I start thinking about something, I think he touched her or something. I really do. Because my sister was very, very sexual as a little girl.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
she was
Little
touched.
things she used to do and stuff. I wasn't, I'm like, I really think she got violated.
That's one of the telltale signs. Yeah.
If you're wondering, I'm here to tell you, she is. You get two reactions. You either get somebody that hides their body completely, or you get somebody like my cousin who over sexualizes themselves to the point where you look at her like she needs to go to a psych ward.
Yeah.
I mean, it is bad.
Wait,
Yeah.
does anybody recall the story? I don't know if it was in Philly or something about like, I guess this brother, he was like basically raping his sister, and then she went and told their dad, and the dad basically started molesting her as well. I don't remember the entire story, but I even forgot the state, but I was just like, how the like I just you're not even protected in your own damn house. You're not protected from your sibling or your father.
I'm gonna tell you something else that women need to stop doing. If your daughter has been sexually violated, that is not that man's business. These men are sick. Okay?
Which man you talking about? Somebody they're dating, or
It could be the father, it could be a boyfriend, it could be a stepfather. I don't think women should tell, because there's so many times that women have told boyfriends or stepfathers or like that the little girl was violated, and then the stepdad goes and mess with the little girl.
Yeah, that's
behind the person that violated her.
well, they need to tell law enforcement. I know that
that's
because the thing is, they get away with it way too much. And what we need is a rescue team, basically, so that little girls can tell, so they can get taken out of the home if they fear retribution.
You know, Divestment, it is so hard to like start a program for little black girls that have been molested, but to start a program for black men is easy. Like I don't understand this at all.
Criminals. There are so many post-conviction programs out here. It's ridiculous.
But we have nothing for little black girls. We have nothing for little black girls who are traumatized.
There's something out here called Fathers Dying in the Hood. I'm like, nigga, who fucking cares?
Get the fuck out of here.
With a casket, okay? Big ass
Oh,
black
hell no.
casket. Nigga, who cares?
When it comes to black women and black girls, and you're trying to do something specifically for them, all of a sudden everyone wants to all life matter type of deal. Oh, what about the black man? What about the black boy? And I'm just like, y'all don't have enough.
We've been holding their hands for so long. Let them do something on their own for once.
You got to think of how audacious it is for you to say, hey, little black girls are being molested. And then you say, well, so is their predators. Because when you say black men too, well, those are their predators. So we can't help them right now. It's about the little girls.
That's what R. Kelly did. R. Kelly made a whole song talk about some I was molested, this, that, and the third. And Nick Cannon actually defended him. This is what Nick Cannon said. Nick Cannon said, oh, well, I could see why he liked teenage girls, because physically he's a grown man, but mentally he's a teenage boy. So teenage girls are the only ones he can really mesh with on an intellectual level. That
Well, then
don't
he needs to
mean nothing.
be chemically castrated. If that's the truth, he needs to be chemically castrated because he cannot go around here victimizing people because he just like little girls. Just inject him with some retro hormones so he can sit the fuck down somewhere.
Exactly.
In Oceans of Daughter, yes, I am definitely a single woman because I don't want anyone around my children. I really don't. I just, even if I date just outside or whatever, it's just I don't. I'm so protective. I was a stepmom. I was a stepdaughter, and I hated that experience, and I still hate it because I have to pretend in front of my mother, and I just don't want my children to go through that. They still have their dad around. That's the only man that they literally see their mother with is their dad.
And I understand wholeheartedly. Like, I can't stand my stepfather because I didn't like the way he looked at me. You've been with my mother since I was 2 and you still look at me lustful.
Oh, I
Like,
cut
it's
my mom
weird.
off. Y'all gotta learn how to cut people off. I'm sorry, I cut somebody off with
I'm telling you,
quickness.
hey, anybody, I'm trying to move within 3 months. Anybody got some major cities I can move to? I'm looking to go. I'm in a place that I don't want to be. I'm 5 hours away and it's time to go.
What city? Well, I don't want to say. I don't know. A couple streams ago on this channel, I don't know which stream it was, but some girl gave like a bunch of resources as to where, like, places you can move or find, like, good housing and like good neighborhoods or decent neighborhoods at the least.
Yeah. Right now I'm in Ohio and I'm trying to get the hell out of Ohio.
Yeah,
Oh,
look at
girl.
some resources with their HUD program or something.
Yeah, try to find something. I know in New York there's a thing called level up housing, and I found a great small town that I'm applying for right now. Try to
Okay,
see if
I'm gonna
y'all
look
have
it up.
that too, because sometimes if New York have it, other people it's called level up housing. But see if you have that too where you are in Ohio.
Mm-hmm. You
All
said you
right.
want to stay in Ohio or you want to leave Ohio?
No,
I
I'm
didn't get
trying to
that.
leave Ohio. I'm trying to get as far away from it. See, here's the thing. When I'm away from my mother, our relationship is actually amazing. But when I am in that house, everything goes left because he's stressing her out. And instead of her just leaving the man, she takes it out on me.
Oh no.
Try to. I don't know much about Ohio, but I feel like if you probably try to go to like a small town, I feel like you will try to find something really small that is affordable for you, and I feel like you will find something. The program I found, I told them where I wanted to be, and they sent me a whole package and it was like $25. It's well worth it too.
They also have this, y'all. They have women that are escaping abusive situations and they pair them up as roommates, so the rent is cheaper. So look into that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Sapphire
I
Shutter
definitely look into
says,
that.
my dad was a police officer and they gave their daughters to the men willingly. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, that's real.
that happens a lot too. I don't know. I feel like the woman should go to jail too when that happens.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's in Detroit or Chicago. I don't know which one, but there are so many gang affiliated police officers out there.
Mm.
And these police officers admitted to it. Black police officers, gang affiliated.
And they do a
Um,
lot of rape initiations too.
Dusty. I don't care what they look like. They can have on a goddamn cape and they Superman flying around. He's just flying and he's also dusty.
Yeah, she's right. That's exactly how I look at. I don't. He could be a millionaire, and I'll be like, you fucked up.
A
You
dusty of means.
But
Yeah.
don't y'all see that actual high value like black men don't even deal with the dusty black men?
Right.
Here's the thing, they don't deal with the dusty black men, but they'll defend them. Like, they all
Yes, they
high
will.
value black men and low value black men, all of that, dusty, broke, homeless, they all came together to attack that woman who wanted a man who made the same amount that she did, the below average woman. They all came together to attack her. They don't deal with it, but they all came together to rain down on her.
Yep,
Yeah.
they got a code.
I
And
mean,
Atlanta,
I've
you
been
should never
around.
trust a
Stop
man that
that.
lives in Atlanta.
I've
Absolutely
been
not.
I've been around black men who are making lucrative careers in like doing designing and stuff like that, and they have wives which are racially ambiguous looking, even if they're African. And I'm here to tell you, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. You know, I hear this is why I had to leave the therapy because I was just like, yo, there's there's nothing to care about with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's really nothing. And see, only an intelligent woman can see this type of thing because it's just nothing to care about.
But the thing is, because I was on a clubhouse room, this was like a while ago, and so this man, he was just like, black women, they get their education and they, they leave, they don't reach back and, basically build up the black man and all this stuff. Because, they were referring to the women in sororities, how they basically help each other, get jobs, whatever they need. So everyone was like, wait a minute. So what about the black man that's on the panel that's a doctor? And all of a sudden, this quote unquote man, he's like, oh, well, we have programs to, help young boys. And I'm just like, okay, but what about you dragging up and building up your fellow black man? So nothing falls on you. You could go to college, become a doctor, and don't give a fuck. But black women, they have to go to college, struggle to basically graduate, work 40 hours a week, go to class, finish homework, and then go back to their neighborhoods and build up people and go
Yep.
help take care of a family.
Welcome to the panel, Healing Arts.
I am so happy to be here. I wish I was here 2 hours ago. I've been just chilling. I'm snowed in. I've been drinking uh, South American wine all evening, and I'm having a relaxing time. I got my fireplace going, and I'm so happy to hear from you ladies.
Yeah, I'll be missing y'all when we not live. I wish I could go live more often so we can kick it because the community is so small. You know what I mean? You got some people they'll talk the talking points, but when it comes down to it, they're gonna defend black men.
But
We are
you've been
very
reflecting. You still been putting in some work. These past few, like this week and stuff, exposing those dusties and letting the community know that they haven't changed and they're it's a generational. They have always been the same, and it's so beautiful how you expose them. I love it.
thank you.
It was
Y'all
far too long. It was far too long that this had to happen because it was going crazy, especially with that damn Tommy Soy boy going in
Yeah.
on black women. Like it was just terrible.
It was only
And,
going to be a matter of time, wasn't it? That we was
and
going to
then and
until they was going to get exposed. They thought they was going to get away with 20 years of bashing.
yeah, and then when the black women started bashing, because
now it's too much.
That's what I'm
that
saying.
boy,
They thought
I
they
was
was
on
going to get
top.
away with that shit like it wasn't going to be no karma involved.
Yeah, because when black women started doing it, the molestation came out.
Mm-hmm.
The pervert, we
Yeah.
were real heavy and deep that they couldn't deny the truth.
But
We
we
embarrassed them.
considered as racist most of the time. Like I've been just getting called racist because like they don't have nothing else to say. Like when they don't have nothing, they know it's the truth, what I'm saying, and they have no comeback, it's just you're considered racist. And that's the new thing.
Either
They want to
that,
call you a racist. And
either
then
that,
if you got
Healing
a
Arts.
white man too, oh yeah.
Either
Because
that or they'll talk about how you look. When they don't have a comeback, then they
Yep.
start talking about your
Yeah,
look.
your looks
Yep.
or they'll say slavery. Because
yeah,
the thing about it, they love slavery. That's the thing about these niggers. They fucking love slavery. They invented it. They fucking
yeah,
Part
started
and the
part of who
mammies
they
slavery.
love
are.
it too. The mammy,
They love slavery. You know that? They romanticize about the shit. That's why they talk about it all the time. They had their hand in slavery so deep. Oh my God.
and they're
Like,
so retarded that they said, "Oh, and then the black woman had the white man's baby, and we had to raise it." Hello, we were slaves. We were
hey,
raised.
they try to say it was rape, but most of it was consensual sex.
Yo,
You
that
know,
shit pisses me the
like
fuck
that's the
off.
thing. That's what I can't stand about these motherfucking niggas because my grandma was a fucking swirler and my grandpa was a white Irishman, okay? And I'll tell you what, it didn't have shit to do with slavery and it was consensual sex. They don't want to know, they don't want you to know about that because they don't want you to think about it. You know, they're so sick. I just got here. I don't know what the topic is, but I'll tell you what. I still don't give a fuck about Tyrone.
We was roasting Kevin, and then we kind of went off into all kinds of areas. We started it out with Kevin taking money from women giving him money voluntarily, and the fact that he looks like a crisp piece of bacon that's bats for the other team is a problem.
Am I the only one that noticed that something is up with that dude's eyes? Like if you look at his old
They
mugshot and you
slow
look at him
down,
now,
right?
something is up with his eyes.
Yes.
Is it just
Yeah.
me? Or am I tripping?
He got the
I
look
thought
of
that's
a
why he
natural
wore
born
glasses.
pedophile. He ain't. He is so sick.
I want the women he divorced to come out on him.
They
They
finna
supposed to be
come out.
coming.
They
I
was
think,
talking about it earlier on the Miss Archduchess show.
yeah,
And
his
then they was breaking it down, talking about how he had let that hood bitch shut him down like no tomorrow, but he was intimidated and he talks down on black women with degrees. And it showed where he was at, and it showed how they are, how they like to be. They like that shit. They like, you know, they like it. You know, they like to be talked down on, and he's one sick motherfucker, and he's about to get exposed. She was vulnerable at first, and she's like, "Oh, are you a counselor?" But she broke him down, and he's about to.
yeah. These dudes commented under it. Man, he laid out the facts and she got submissive. No, she didn't. She was cussing the whole time. She was getting very aggressive with dude, and all he was doing was giggling. Like, you like aggressive women or something? Like, the hell is wrong with you?
He liked it that shit because, like, okay, he's submissive. He was aggressive at first and then submissive in the end. He liked that shit because he's intimidated by black women with educations because he's a college dropout. He does. They most of these time these are the same guys you went to school with that were in special ed. You know that's what these. That's what you guys got to realize. These are the same motherfuckers.
Mm.
You right about that. You right about that. And like I told them earlier before you came in, I was like, she 36. Like if she was any other woman that, and see, I based it off attraction because he was giggling like some little schoolboy with his crush. So I was like, if he wasn't attracted to her, he would have said the same because she's 36, got multiple children. She has a criminal record. She's all in all a thug. And she openly admits to being a skeezer and a streetwalker and a hustler, as she said. But yet you sitting here making her think she got all the options in the world.
While the other woman, the dog walker, was just wanting to be loved because she making six figures, but she get cursed out and humiliated.
Yeah, and called
She didn't even
average
have
at
no
best.
children. She did have what, one child? I think she said she had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she had one kid and made six
13-year-old.
figures and got called average at best.
A 13-year-old that could have stayed at home while she went on any date she wanted to.
See, that's the thing.
And a white millionaire said that he
That's
found her attractive.
yes, and
He
that's the
sure
thing
did.
about she gonna pull a brat. If you open up your options and you get past these black men, it's a world is it's a big world out there, and that's what they hate. They want you to think like that.
See, because men of other cultures too, uh, having a degree and all that stuff is just like, okay, some of them do like that. Education is important, just like any human being. It would depend on who they are, but like, it ain't that deep for them for a lot of things, believe it or not. It's just really not. And also it's about what caliber of life that you're on. Because I know there's some people that having a degree and having a certain education is very important because of the family lifestyle or whatever it may be. But man, it's just crazy.
Exactly. And they like to throw non-black women in our face, but as soon as a black woman throw her non-black partner in your face, I keep seeing comments, oh, it's all fun and games until she call you a nigga. What? Well, until he call you a nigga, because like I clean up my algorithm, meaning that on Instagram on my explore page, I get a lot of black women and their non-black partners on my explore page because I cleaned up my algorithm.
Girl, me too. Shit.
So when I see it, I like the photos. I like because these couples are cute.
And
I
they
love
look so
to see,
happy.
exactly, and I love to see black women being loved and taken care of, and all of these women are being provided for. I enjoy seeing it, so I like it, so I can see more of it. And
Yeah.
then I go into the comment section to see all the hearts and the well wishes, and I see black men in there. Oh, it's all funny games till he call you a nigga, and
They
then
always like that's
Why would he do that?
we
and
don't
then
You
have
call
another
to
me a
black
worry
nigga.
about
man.
that.
You call
Yes,
me
and
a
then
nigga.
That's
and
their
then
shit.
Right.
When they these bottom shelf Beckys, that's what they got to deal with. It's a different dynamic. It's
But
not
look
Yeah,
at
they
even
all
the
don't
the
same.
white
realize
baby
that.
mamas that came out, and they have videos of them calling them and the kids the N word. How many white men you see calling us the N word?
Never. Ain't never seen no video like that.
Yeah,
Never.
they call their own mixed kids niggers and stuff.
Yeah, white trashy. Kiki
Those
Wyatt
nasty,
mama.
those mud sharks. It's not the same. Like when we swear, like when we're the original interracial. This is real interracial dating. You
yeah,
understand me? This is the real shit. Their shit is not real.
and then I
Okay, we're
saw
the ones that enforce the laws for it to be legal. It was a white man and a black woman. It wasn't no fucking Tyrone. He had nothing to do with the fucking legality of this shit.
that didn't stop him from trying though.
That's why he wants you
Ever
to
since
think that
slavery
it's
ended,
just
they had
slavery. He wants you
yeah.
to think, oh, the white man raped you.
They
My
Giving
used
their life to these
Shit.
Beckys.
man, my grandpa was a
Guess
white
who's the
man and he
biggest
married
black
my fucking
woman rapist
grandma.
now? Who's the number one rapist of black women now?
black men.
Who's
Boom.
the
So that
biggest
means by that
pedophile?
logic, we shouldn't be dating them either.
Who's the sexual deviant and the super predator of society?
And also in the comment section, they'll be like, "Oh, black women." No, they'll say our sister's so damn stupid. These white men and Asian men and all these other men, they're living out their sexual fantasies with these women, and they're too dumb to realize it.
So what are these Beckys that blatantly say, I love that big black cock? I've been dating white guys since I was 18. I have never been called an N word. They don't even say the N word. Like
They
I hear
don't
black.
fucking say that. That's
Listen,
like
But
I
look
don't.
though,
Where does that come from?
let
I
me
have
tell
no
you
clue.
why white women are getting tired of them. They egg on white women to call them to like the N word, like her in bed. Like they like
Yes.
slave play. And
Yes,
these
They're
they
white
the
do.
women are
ones.
so
That's why they try to
uncomfortable.
say we was raped and all the white man just fetishizing you. You're the fetishizer. You're the one that wants people to have these big pumped up asses and all this craziness. That's what they want. You know,
Yeah,
it,
they've been over sexualized us and
they
fetishized
are
us. We've been
sexual
sexualized
deviants
by
by
them since,
nature.
yeah, they've been sexualizing us since we were little girls. We couldn't get a break. We couldn't even just
Yeah,
go
you
through
can't. I
puberty.
couldn't even wear short shorts as a fucking kid. And I'm like, okay, I grew up in the suburbs. I'm wondering why the white girls got to wear short shorts, but I couldn't. But I had Tyrone family members that might look at me at the wrong fucking way.
That's so true. White girls, the first time I went to, like, I think it was actually college, I was just like, girl, your shorts are literally like underwear. That's like normal for them. Black girls can't do that.
Exactly. And like it was this one girl that went viral. She went viral on Twitter. And again, I don't have a fucking Twitter, but I can't get away from this stuff. She went viral on Twitter and said that black men love to be called the N-word during sex. And it was all these black men calling her queen, saying, let's follow her, let's share her Twitter page and follow her.
Oh
She
no.
right, it feels so good to be called that. This, that, and a third. And she said, I've never been denied by a black man. I said, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know a white woman I really like. She does BDSM and she has a husband, and her husband is non-black. And she told me, she said, yeah, I've had black clients and they wanted me to do that. And she said, I felt so uncomfortable because I'm a white woman and my ancestry, I just felt so uncomfortable that they would request that.
Well,
I'm
they
telling you,
love
these
Okay.
white women don't
slavery.
like
They're
to
the
do it.
ones they this is the thing about them. They love slavery. They always talk about slavery all the time because they really like it. They like that shit. And
Yep.
that's what we need to realize, that the black women and all those mammies need to everybody needs to realize that they like slavery. They love that shit. They started it. They love it. Even if
Yes.
they don't know that they love it, they subconsciously do.
No, they know
I
that they
even
love
think
it.
they like getting beat during that time when they was getting beat down by the cops and hung. I think they like that shit.
Let me tell you.
I think that they like it. That's why they always bring it up. And it's the big that's their excuse for everything. They love slavery to me.
Did y'all see a thread on Twitter about the blackmail customers? It was like a whole thread of like sex workers talking about their black customers and saying they're literally the worst ever because some
Yeah.
of them get robbed by them. They don't want to pay. It's
Nobody
always
wants
something.
fucking nigger
I
business.
Yeah.
I know a black woman that told me she's a sugar baby. She said the African guy said, "I'ma hand you an envelope, but you can't ask me how much money is in there. You got to take the envelope."
Well, fuck them. I tell you what, I did massage therapy for 10 fucking years and I didn't take black clients. Okay? And massage is like a fine line. It's kind of, when I was doing it, it was kind of, people thought they might have, been able to get more or whatever. But I didn't take black clients. That's one thing I didn't do. And a lot of girls did. That you don't take. They weren't. It just wasn't a part of the industry. They were black, but they weren't clients.
I know exactly what you mean. Even in Vegas, a lot of people in that industry don't want to take black men.
No, and I had a legitimate business, but I did not take black males. And I had to look at my life. I'm like, okay, if I don't take them as a client, why would I date them in my real life? And then like I was always like a swirler, but I wasn't divested. And I had to like really weigh out, hey, this thing is not real. This whole black love thing, and you need to just get a black man. No. If you won't even take them as a client in your business, what makes you think that you'll like? That's what I had to evaluate with myself. Like, why would I date them if I wouldn't even take them as a client with my business?
And like they always talking about white men fetishizing us, but y'all love to be fetishized. Like there was a viral video, and I've never watched the show Friends, but it was this scene where they all looked toward the camera and said, "Oh my God," all of them one by one. And he timed it perfectly. He stood at the right angle on the TV and opened up his towel. So it'll seem like they were saying, "Oh my God," to his dick.
Oh
Like
my
y'all
god.
love to be fetishized so much.
How
That's
corny
all they
are
got
you
going
doing that?
for them. That's all
The
they got.
BBC is not real. No, they don't.
They think that's all they got going for them.
I'm going to
Black.
tell you, y'all know I'm a nurse. I have put some catheters in some very small brown penises. That is a lie. They are not all thick like that. I'm talking about you got to have a good little grip so that you can catch the little motherfucker.
Yeah, BBC is a fallacy.
There are so many people that keep pushing this. If you want the best sex ever, you need to go get a black man. No, you don't. I stopped dating black men a year ago, and I have yet to enjoy the sex. I have yet to enjoy sex with one of them, and I stopped dating them a year ago.
And what's worse is even if you do enjoy it, he's so insecure. He's so insecure. It's
It's not
deep.
worth it.
It's not.
He got some deep. I keep using that same word. He's very self fucking loathing.
For
It's gross.
hypersexual
It
men,
feels
they
like
are bad
it's
at it.
rape with them. It's rape sex. Like they're. It's not where I don't remember the last time I fucked a fucking nigger, And I'll tell you what, I'll never fuck one again in my goddamn
And
life.
I'm gonna tell you, the last one I talked to was a black man that date nothing but white women, and I thought maybe I gave it a chance to think that something would be. Nah, girl, ain't nothing different. If
Oh,
it ain't
Lord.
even worse with them,
I hate
they
to sound so fucking racist, you know.
Well, they bring it out of you. I started out 2 hours ago talking about I wasn't going to say the F word. I'm up to what? Number 30 at this point?
5 minutes in.
You make me feel so much better about so much comfortable about the way I feel, divested zealot. I'm really thankful for this platform and for you because I don't feel like I'm a racist anymore.
You're not.
From this
The
type of
thing is,
content, it ensures me that what I'm saying is valid.
I'm trying to figure out why any of us would feel guilty. They are the number one predators of black women.
Thank
They
you.
Yeah.
are. And you're not
No,
supposed to like them.
Divested is of all women. Like there's a black male swirler he only deals with white women, and he forces his white girlfriend to have anal sex, and she don't like it.
See,
He don't like anal sex, and he forces her to do it.
Yeah,
no.
just call him a black interracial dater or something because they're not even considered swirlers in my book. I can't stand them motherfuckers, man.
And
That's
I
our
couldn't.
word
And
anyway,
like,
swirling.
yeah,
You
they're
know,
supposed to be
Feminine
black.
word.
my new boyfriend is a fuck. Hey, my new boyfriend is a fucking cop. You know how much those motherfuckers can. You know how fucked up and I'm a walking trigger right now.
I was just about to say that. Be mindful of what like people say because my friend tried to talk me out of dating a cop.
No, I'm dating a whole white cop, and I swear it is a wonderful thing.
Oh, that didn't
And
stop me.
I pretty much manifested him on my own because this is the thing. After that George Floyd shooting shit, I started wearing Blue Lives Matters masks every time I went out in public, and I ended up attracting a really hot cop. And he's my boyfriend now, and we've been dating. It's been a couple months. We go out once a week, and it's been wonderful, and I feel really safe.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
and you
not
know
gonna lie to you. These white cops lately have been killing it with the looks. I've been seeing some fine ones lately. I'm
Oh
not even
my
gonna lie to you.
girl, the
I always thought they were
tattoos,
good looking,
the
I'm
honestly.
not
I
body.
always
even
thought
gonna lie
cops
to
were good
you
looking.
because I love a man with tattoos, and they are buff with. I just
They work out. They keep themselves together. You see them off duty, and they know how to put on a clean shirt, hard shoes. Like, oh my god.
who is you? I started looking at cops differently all of a sudden. I'm
No,
like, when
I
did
like
cops
cops.
get
I
this
love it.
fine?
Like after all this George Floyd shit, I started like this guy that I'm dating. He looks like the guy that fucking it's kind of sounds kind of bad, but he looks like the guy that put the knee on the neck.
He cute too. Fuck all that. He cute.
I knew you would think that.
I thought the same thing, yo.
I knew you would approve of it, Divestment. Tell him. I knew you would approve of that shit.
Oh my god, he is
Yo,
fine and he's tall.
You
it's
know
2
what?
o'clock in the morning. Y'all got me out here wilding. Y'all got
Exactly.
me
My phone
wilding
sick
at
as
2
hell. That shit
a.m.
say yeah.
Because you know what too, that's the thing with black men is, see, the mammies and the pick meches are in the way. That's the problem, because really a lot of black women are stepping out of the way because there's a lot of them that need to be taken the hell down. If only pick Misha and mammies will get out the way.
Well, we gonna force them out of the way. Ain't nobody checking for them. They need to go over there with that dust ball and let us have the rest. We good. We
Yeah,
good.
I'm telling you right
because
now, the herd is thinning. Like, y'all know about Chrissy? Chrissy used to be a pick me until she said one criticizing thing about black men, and they jumped on her head.
I
That's all they
remember.
do.
And now she no longer pick, like she no longer advocates for them. She burnt her cake. So I'm telling you, the herd is thinning. All it takes is for them to get a little critical and watch how these children just hop on their necks. They're not
It
gonna have
takes
picnics.
nothing.
They're not gonna have mammies. They're not going to have any of their exoticals or their white women. They're not gonna have any of them anymore. Like they're gonna be out in the cold very soon.
and the
At that
women
point,
are gonna
though, they're gonna get a little bit more dangerous after that. I want y'all to be careful out there. Once they know that they've been ostracized, they're gonna kick up the violence. I'm letting y'all know. So stay
oh
strapped.
yeah,
Kick it
that's
up.
why
Now, did I
I know I
Siri
gotta
call
go,
911?
because I know they're going to get more violent when they really start. And I have this feeling that the damn news is going to put it out there, because them numbers for black women dating outside their race is high right now.
Oh yeah, it's getting very hot. Like I'm telling you, it's all over my explore page. It's like they're getting
Me
married
too.
every day now.
Yeah, and the promotion on the media is really big. It's a big thing, and we have to do this. We have to breed them out.
And
Okay.
they are dating everyone, white, Asian, like I mean every race on earth. Black women are dipping, and I love to see it.
Yeah,
Me
my
too.
uncle was upset when he found out that I stopped dating. Like he was like, So you'll want, because my uncle, don't get me wrong, my uncle is a nice guy. He is a provider. He will work himself into the ground to make sure you ain't never got to worry about nothing. And he is a good man who has always been there for his kids. But just like my father, he does not understand that men like you don't exist anymore. I
Yeah,
got to
that's
do what I
how it
got to
is
do.
with my dad. Like, okay, like I have a daughter by a white Hispanic, okay? And he's a provider and
Okay,
everything. And
gentlemen.
we weren't married when we conceived my daughter and stuff, but we had we had our agreements and stuff. But at the end of the day, like if I was with Tyrone, I would be living in poverty. I would be considered a baby mama. But,
That's a
I
fact.
can actually co-parent with my, ex-partner, and I can send my daughter to private school, and I can utilize other resources and have her in various activities, and I can have a nice life. And I could go to the spa every month, and I don't have to worry about shit. But if I was with Tyrone, then it would be a different thing.
And I
You
am
know.
beyond happy for you.
Yes, and my dad, he knew it wasn't ain't no adequate black males out there. He was considered a unicorn.
Yeah, my dad is a unicorn. My uncle is a unicorn, and as sad as it is, my dad don't understand it. So I am under strict instructions from my father to never bring a non-black man to that house.
What?
He
No,
Damn.
said, "This
I
is
would
what he
be
said.
under instructions not to bring a fucking nigger into the house.
This is what he
Okay?
said. He
That's
said
what
you are
kind of
not
instructions
allowed."
my daughter gonna be under. Don't you bring none of them motherfuckers home. I don't want her going to school with them, and she ain't bringing them home. Period. And
Here's the
my daughter
thing.
is only 4 years old, and I'll be damned over my dead body.
I feel you.
He said that if I'm not with a black man, whatever man I'm involved with is not allowed in his house.
Well, then you don't come to
Hush
the
cookies.
house. That's
I
his
said, so
law.
you're not gonna meet my husband? Is that where we are with that?
You need to
That's his
show him
law.
He
some
even threatened.
statistics on these niggas.
He threatened not to walk me down the aisle.
Oh my God.
I
Really?
said so. I said so. You don't want to you don't want me to introduce you to man who could be your son-in-law. So does that mean that you're not gonna walk me down the aisle? He said, "Listen, I love you, but I might not be walking you down the aisle."
I got a couple
Get the fuck
cousins
out
that
of
got
here.
walked down the aisle by they black daddies, and they married white men, but now
Yes.
they got shamed by mammies, and they're divorced from their white husbands now because they were shamed by mammies. How about that?
Man, listen. You know what you should do? Make if you marry a white man, make your white father-in-law walk you down the aisle.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do that anyway. I'm
Yep,
petty
just
as
like
hell.
Meghan Markle.
Everybody on my wedding day, baby, everybody is replaceable. Okay. Don't know nothing
Y'all, I
about this
got to
world.
go. I hate to leave, but I got to go, y'all.
Oh, this is so fun. We could go out for hours.
I know we got
All
to do
this
this.
material.
You know we're gonna do this again. We can't stop. We won't stop.
I hate I got here so late.
Before we leave, can I just say thank you, Divested? Because
Yes,
Word.
it's
ma'am.
women like you who really did help me open my eyes, because I was very down and low, and I was with a Dusty that I honestly thought this man was the best I was ever gonna get. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I felt like I had nowhere to go.
Listen,
So
I
I just want to say
appreciate
thank
y'all.
you
Thank
for
you for
creating this
being here.
panel. All these women in the chat, all these women on the panel, I am so grateful for every single last one of you, because if I didn't have it, I swear I would still be with that low value, broke, low vibrational man who could only provide me with penis. I am so happy I have what I have now.
Look, we're
Oh my
gonna keep
goodness.
going. We're gonna make 10 more of you. We're gonna clean it up and get better. That's what we're
Yes,
here
you.
for.
Let me tell you something. I'm 23 years old. Y'all are reaching the young ones. Like Gen Z is not playing with these niggas at all. Gen Z is
Oh,
done.
y'all are not.
Mm.
I'm glad to
I'm
hear
a
that.
millennial, and Gen Z is done. Gen Z is finished.
Gen Z
I
is
love
so
it.
disrespectful. It's hilarious.
Yes, these girls are
I love
disrespectful
the
to these boys.
savageness of Gen Z. Because I'm a millennial. I'm an older millennial, and I love this shit because I used to have to, hold in my Brad crushes and just my whole, just all that. I had to hold it in. And then I didn't get to let it out until like my mid 20s.
Like I said, I don't have TikTok, but the Gen Z girls on TikTok is going in on them. They
Mm-hmm.
are so done with them, they ain't even giving them a chance. Their first
Not
boyfriends
even.
are white and everything else. They're not giving them a chance.
And they letting them know we don't fuck with you niggas like at all.
Like the millennials are going to be a little hard because, like I said, I didn't know what to do until I found this channel. I didn't know what to do, but them Gen Z are done.
We're gonna keep the party moving. Listen, the only way I leave here is if they flag my shit down or Facebook shut my page down. Other than that, I'm gonna be here, and then I might just come back after that.
Good.
Exactly. That's why I just wanted to say thank you because I want you to keep going. You are reaching the young girls. You are actually reaching us.
And
Thank
you
So
you
reaching
so
please
these
keep
much.
men
going.
too. That's another thing. These men are on high alert. They are
Hey, that's
well aware.
what's up, child. I'm fixing to jump in the shower, y'all. Make sure y'all come back next time, please.
I
Will
will.
do.
I will
Thank
make
you
sure to
so
keep my
much. This was
notifications
All
fun.
right.
on.
Thank you. Good
Peace
night.
out,
Okay.
y'all.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.
Bye.
Bye.